I think I might be live even if YouTube oh, there it comes. The kid just came through. I was gonna say even if YouTube has told me that I'm not, but now they just told me that I am. So hello, Zen friends. Happy Thursday night to you. Hope you've been having a great week and enjoying this amazing eclipse full moon energy in Pisces. That's this Sunday, which I'm sure you guys are all feeling dreaming, and emotional expansion, emotional endings, bringing new beginnings, all sorts of fun stuff. But we'll get into that in a little bit, maybe. Maybe we'll just get into readings as well. But before we do all that, let's bring in some love energy, some beautiful, eternal, unconditional love from the higher realms. We'll be hitting the singing bowl 3 times. And each time, just imagine a beautiful flow of love energy just flowing into our being, filling up our minds and our hearts and our bodies and our energetic systems, flowing and filling up our lives, and then flowing out to the outside world, allowing it to do whatever it wants to do out there to help raise the love vibration of the planet as well. Something that we can do immediately is a reminder to raise our love vibration. A huge energetic shifter is gratitude, and just thinking of one thing in this moment that we are truly grateful for, and just from the deepest part of our being, we're close, we can thank the creator for it. That raises our love vibration, immediately starts raising it, and it makes us a magnet to receive messages from spirit and then other things that we're grateful for as well. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, I'm going to start off taking a big deep breath and coming back to right here, right now, out of the future, out of the past, coming back into this moment. You can hold your breath for as long as you would like. Just don't pass out. Right, here we go. Big deep breath in. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I just love that energy. Put her back on her little shelf back here. All right. So hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well and having a great week. It's almost the weekend, right? Hope you enjoyed some of you had a short work week, right? Since a lot of people had Monday off here in the United States on Labor Day. So hope you're enjoying your short week, and we got some great fall weather coming. I think it was a high of 84 today. It's going to drop overnight, our high of 58. I love it. And then it starts scooching back up again. But we get a nice little cold front that's coming in, which I get excited and giddy. So I'm excited. But if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. Got a great group of Zen friends, huge hearts, great senses of humor. Definitely, as I say, two things we can use in this human adventure to make it an easier path. So I'm so grateful that I have you here. Always room for more Zen friends, so it's a safe space for you if you would like to join us. If you want to know how the whole process works, it's all down in the description box of the video. We do have donations that we prioritize. I honor that energy exchange, step out of the free readings. Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards. We pull a few more cards for and get into some of the tea, the brudda-zen tea factory, get a little more details with donations. So if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. I don't have any set dollar amounts currently because I know everyone's cost of living varies across the planet. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. If you do make a donation, you also get a fortune cookie. Today we're using the Trust Your Vibes Oracle by Sonia Choquette. And you get one per session. So if you make multiple donations, you just get one fortune cookie just for the sake of time and fairness. What else? After each session, I do post a pinned comment. Try to do things at once, not doing good. Let me focus. I post a pinned comment listing all the readings I completed with the timestamp. So you can just click on it. It takes you directly to your reading. I'm on for maximum, usually 3 hours per session. Whatever I get through, I get through. Donations, I do make sure I complete them same day, even if I have to come back on to finish those out. Sometimes I get to all the free readings, sometimes I don't get to any. And then, of course, anything in between. Sundays, I always come back on currently to make sure I get a message for whoever has a Sunday morning message. That's the only day that I do come back on for free readings to make sure to complete them all. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to be using 2 different tarot. They're by the same person, John Holland. We got the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and then also just the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck here. So we'll be using those this evening. They're kind of a unique deck that kind of combine different things. I don't know all the exact meanings that he has in his book, but we'll go by spirit. He has a little message underneath one of them, though, so those are cool. I think that's everything. Yeah, we got a lot of astrological energies going on. We're in eclipse season, so pretty much enjoying the flood of energy. I hope you guys are. So enjoy that. So shout out here. We will start here in just a moment. So we got a Teshi and Brenda. We have Anna. Hello, hello. Swaroop Bobby in the house. Touch of Love. Hello, my friend. Good to see you too. Hey, Deb Deb. And Shanji. Hey. Good to see you. All right. So to start off, we do have Anna ×2. That's the only donation I have so far. So we will jump into those. And if I don't have any other donations, we'll start into the free readings. So let us get into these readings here. So we've got Anna and we got ×2. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. All right. Well, thank you for your first donation. Let's give that a love and a like. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for that. So spot on as always. Oh, you're so sweet. So GR did reach out yesterday and today. Last night you texted for about an hour. Then to your surprise, I reached out again this AM and you've been texting on and off ever since. Great. Oh, since this AM, just like before. The conversation's been light and fun, nothing serious. Since the conversations are geared towards this way, I'm assuming he's still working on things. So a deep dive, nosy read on GR's thoughts and feelings towards you And also what made them decide to reach out. All right, let's take a look here. See what we've got going on here. Let's give this a shuffle real quick. All right. So, what? Let's first of all, let's just go into that. I feel like we want to start with what made them decide to reach out. Okay. Thank you. Just those two. Oh, we got the nosiness underneath. Okay. So there's always the why the human did, and then what's the reason below the surface, right? Okay, I get you. And then let's see here, their thoughts and feelings. So let's go into the brain first, since you mentioned thoughts first. We got the thoughts, then we got the feelings. The feelings. And these are below. All right. See what we got going on here. Yeah, we've got the 7 of Wands below the surface here on the bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands, which says choose your battles. It's funny they have it that way, but the 7 of Wands is an energy of, I need to be true to myself. I don't want to dim my light. I don't want to ask permission to shine. I just want to be me and shine bright. So that does indicate, 7 is a kind of a number of struggle and working things out. So I do feel, like you said, it is still working on things, but we'll take a look here. Why did they reach out then, right? Well, we got the Lovers card and the 2 of Pentacles, which is the find balance energy. And that's, I'm trying to find balance with love. And that's a good energy to come in there. It's basically I'm trying to find a balance in how I go about relationships and not just you know, jump into things. I want to slowly, maybe they have a pattern. We'll see what the underlying energy is here. Maybe they have a pattern of jumping into things fast and they're trying to I want to enjoy the journey instead of leaping from 0 to 10. But there is this balancing energy in relationship energy. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. They're trying to be able to swim in the sea of gray, that it's okay. I don't have to be no, I can't talk to you because blah blah blah. I um I can still talk with you and create a friendship with you, and then if things go different in the future when I'm ready, then we can go that way. But I don't have to psh, you know 0 or 10, right? There's all sorts of numbers in between. I like that. What's under the surface here? We got moving on, the 8 of Cups. So we knew that with the 8 of Cups, which is, that energy of leaving behind emotions and people that don't serve anymore. So below the surface, that confirms they are still working on letting go of the old. And the Blossom, the Judgment card. They are figuring out what it is that they want to move on to and toward, following their calling in a way, as you might say. Where's my heart truly calling me? Where will it go next? But so that is that energy. It does confirm that. That's why they reached out. So hopefully that helps. Their thoughts of you currently. We do have the 6 of Pentacles. They like that equal giving and receiving type of relationship. And I like that because they do feel like you're someone who doesn't take. It's like this equal, like we can both give, we can both receive from this friendship. The 6 is the Lover's card. You got the 6 of Pentacles. Underneath the surface, we do have the 4 of Wands, which is joy and stability. So again, it feels like it's that type of energy in their thoughts here. They're trying to get past this, a little bit of this giving and receiving. The 6 of Pentacles is my codependency awareness card. So I feel like they are, in their mind, they're trying to work out this not becoming an overgiver, not overdoing things. Again, it seems to be coming in here in the little noggin. Emotions towards you. Oh, they got the heart chakra activated. That's one of the reasons I love this deck. So there is emotion flowing. That's there. And we do have the Five of Swords. And it's win or lose. That is the battle between the head and the heart. So the heart does want to flow and is activated and wants movement, but obviously the mind is more the one that's going, whoa, Nelly, don't you be going down that road yet. That's kind of my Wilbur sound. My Wilbur. Hopefully you remember that. Everyone's going, what? It's an old show that we only watch the reruns of the reruns, right? So yeah, below the surface here, you've got oh wow, this is the Nine of Pentacles, which is the well-deserved reward energy that's coming in here. Nine of Pentacles is a bit of a hermity little energy. Yeah, we've got the detach energy, the number 11 here, which in this one, this should be the Justice card. Seeing things from a higher perspective, trying to balance out, seeing things from that higher level versus the small t truce rooted in fear. So they are doing this. And they got the Ace of Wands. There is passion flowing below the surface here. I love the little flute. Whoa. That's just going to go the wrong way with you. No, we're not going to go there. There is passion that's below the surface here, but it is a new beginning kind of energy that's coming in here. So the heart is there, the emotions are there, the passion is there. It's just the mind that, they're battling on the inside with all that. Whoa, moving on quick. Let's get to your fortune cookie, and then we'll go on to the number 2 there. Then I'll let everyone know where we're heading. Donations, I had a few come in. Woo, wee, woo, woo. All right, sorry, these cards are very well made. I'm having a hard time putting them back individually into all the deck here. All right, there we go. All right. There are worse challenges to have. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here around just the whole situation. Number 2 is about GR2. Okay, so this will just be around what else do they want you to know around this? Interactions with GR. Okay, this is the one. And you have, well, slow down. Obviously, yeah, it's gone to snail speed. From ludicrous to snail speed. It is card number 33. It's a power number. 3 is the Empress energy of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Time to nurture both of yourselves. It says, take a breath and slow down. Relax and reduce any pressure you may be under or are putting on yourself. It may feel like you are in an emergency, but it is an illusion. The faster you go, the less time you have. While it may appear that decisions and actions must be undertaken immediately, it is better to slow down and allow more information to come to light before moving ahead. By taking things at a slower pace, you will become better informed and make better decisions all the way around. Have no fear, you have time and will miss nothing. You will, however, greatly benefit by slowing down. So there we go. Clear message there. All right. Yeah, the horses. All right, so that is for number 1. Hopefully that brings clarity. Let's give number 211 a like since it lets me. And we want another deep dive reading here. So what are GR's intentions towards you the beginning, mid, and end of September. Also, if and when he'll ask you out again. All right, let's take a look here. So this is going to be based on current energies that's going on with them right now. And as we said, they're kind of still in that energy of reflecting on things, but what are their intentions right now for the beginning, which we're in the beginning here. Can you believe it's happy September, everybody? It's 4 days in September already. It feels like it just turned January 1st. All right, so those are for the beginning, middle-ish of September. Okay. All right, and then the end of September. All right, and then scooch these over a little bit. So will he ask you out again? Yes or no? Okay, thank you. And if so, when? And if not, what else do you need to know? All right. Yeah, it's a good energy to be aware of on the bottom of the deck. We have the Emperor energy. And the Emperor energy is, I'm trying to decide what I want. I'm trying to clear the throne room, get all the advisors out of my head. What do I want? Then once I decide what I want, what actions, put a plan together and take action on the plan. So I still feel like they're trying to figure it all out, which I feel like that's good to know, of course, coming into it. So based on where they're at in their thinking mode, this is what all this is going to be about. So what are their intentions for the first beginning of September? We got the Devil card here, the Master card, that's funny, and the third eye chakra. Ooh, this is kind of, you know, I'm still working on the Devil card is, of course, questioning long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, trying to set my heart free from a cage, which is a lot of what the Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy does, brings up conflict so that I can release these things and free myself. So I feel like they're kind of like intending to go, I'm working on this. I'm just going to kind of go with my gut. That's their intentions. I'm just going to go with my gut. So I feel like they're just kind of following their uh, instincts, and they're trying to stay out of their head. But that Devil card, thinking Capricorn energy, can do a doozy with all that too. I feel like there's a lot of work uh, involved right now too, and so they're in between their huge busy periods. um they're they like chatting with you because of the lightheartedness of your sense of humor, of your intelligence, and they know there's this wonderful clicking that goes on between the two of you guys. So they like that, but I don't feel like there's anything intended to be romantic yet. Middle of the month of September, we do have the Magician, bringing the higher energy down here with the three of, what is this? Three of Pentacles. Have to get used to the color codes. Three of Pentacles, which is reach out. I'm hearing that. Was it a Depeche Mode song? Reach out, touch faith, or something like that. You know how we all remember words different. But this is the Three of Pentacles. I do feel like they might, their intention here is to invite you out to something in the middle of September-ish. I kind of, in my head, I'm seeing the beginning of September as like the 1st through the 7th, and then the middle of the month, the 7th through the 21st, and then or ish, and then the end is the last week. So that's like they're splitting out, of course, like 4 weeks. Week 1, week 2, and middle of the month is 2 weeks. So it's between that 2 week period, just to say. The end of the month, yeah, we got the heart chakra. is flowing here with the sacral chakra, which the sacral chakra is about one-on-one kind of energy that's here. Because, of course, the root chakra is about how we relate to tribe and groups. Sacral chakra is how we relate one-on-one. And then solar plexus, the yellow, is about our power and how we relate to ourselves. So it is about this. So I'm feeling like the last week of September, their intention or their doesn't feel like intention necessarily as more of the contemplating. This is how it could go. But let me see kind of energy. So we'll see here. Because the other question was, will they ask you out again? The base chakra. There is this energy here with the Three of Pentacles in this. I do feel like it's going to be asking you out in a group or to attend something that's a large group of people. So maybe it's going to be a concert or something that's coming up. But it does feel very group oriented rather than, that's what I feel like when they ask you out next. When Yeah, we got we got the flute. When the flute demands it. And oh, we've got the Six of Cups. Simply love. Isn't there a song? No, it was Simple Minds, not Simply Love. Maybe it's gonna be Simple Minds. Does he like old 80s? Since I'm all in this Depeche Mode, Simple Minds, all this, like it's an 80s soundtrack kicking in. Are we going back to the future? But it does feel here. I mean, there's this past life connection energy with this Six of Cups. It has something to do with children too. So I feel like it could be when I feel like they reach out here. What is this? Because it feels like um it's when, because you don't have your son every weekend, right? There's a weekend that he goes to his dad. That's what I kind of feel like happens here. So I feel like they reach out. Um, it just happens to be coordinated with they reach out to you when uh, your son's with their father, the father. So hopefully that helps. So that's what they have there for yas. Oh no, that's always funny. The flutes. The flutes are making their appearance twice. Reminds me of the wands, but now it is the Ace of Wands. Now it's going to be the Ace of Flutes that's coming in. What's going on? Why am I warm? Maybe it's from the candle over here. Oh, and Aunt Dixie says hello because earlier before I started, the candle started going, and I was like, and I was like, Aunt Dixie's name popped into my head, and it says like, "Oh, hey, Aunt Dixie." Then it went, and it stopped. So she's like, "All right." So that is what they have for you. So hello, hello. All right, let me look at timestamps real quick here. All right. Oh, and did you guys notice? I noticed a moment ago. Well, right before we started, when I started looking at everyone's name, I'm like, the names are back. They're not the at signs like they were driving me not bonkers, but it was like it was an impacting my it was throwing me off. But now we're back to just the name. So hey everybody. So I like that. All right. So Sean G, you will be up next. And then we have Lydia. Whoops, you'll be up after that. And then Deb, you'll be up after that. And then I just had Michelle Smith come through as well. You know what I mean? Hey, collector. No. I know it's like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Very interesting, but I'm grateful that it's back. That's what I want to say is just like, it feels like we're home. So I like that. All right. So take a sip. Cheers, everybody. I was actually playing with a new logo, and I was like pouring the tea with brudda-zen. So I might be playing around with my logo. Kind of, I feel like pouring the tea with brudda-zen. Kind of catchy. And I was using AI to create like a Zen person pouring tea into a teacup. We'll see how that goes. All right. So let us jump back in. Do you like that? All right. So, Shanji, let's jump into yours. So, 3118. Let's grab that, put that down here. There we go. You love it. Cheers to the tea. All right. Oh, and Shanji, it's up here. Okay, very good. So thank you for your donation. And you want to know what are Jay's true thoughts on you? Is it physical? Physical? And see, now that's oh, she passed away recently from Greece with John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, right? She had that "Let's Get Physical" song, right? Back in the day. Was it her? I think it was. All right. So let's take a look here. We're all back in the 80s soundtrack is playing today. So what are Jay's true thoughts of you? All right. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on below the surface as well. Yeah, let's see here. We'll clarify here. Is it more than physical? And what's the situation between him and the mother of his child? All right, that's what these are all about. This is the true tea being poured here. All right. Yep, Sandy, right? All right. Like all the music, right? On the bottom of the deck, overall, we have the Three of Swords, which is sadness and isolation. We'll get more understanding of what that's about. Is that the result of this, or is this what they're going through? This feeling that they have, or is that your energy? I don't feel like you might feel isolated, but I don't feel like you feel sad. But I feel like you might feel like you're in solitary confinement. but but we'll take a look here. So what are their true thoughts on you? All right. So we do have the Tower card, rebuilding. I like how they call this rebuilding instead of destruction, and opening up. Yeah, the Four of Cups. I'm sorry, no, Four of Pentacles, which is opening up energy. So rebuilding and opening up, and this feels like they're trying to get their their sea legs back. Oh, to sail on the sea of emotion. They've been landlocked for so long. It's like they feel like they're back in trying to get their sea legs back. Let's see what's below the surface here too. Yeah, we've got card number 19, which is the star card. Shine. No, this is the sun card. 17, sorry, is the star card. But this is even better. This is the joy and celebration and the sun energy of Leo and being seen and feeling their the flow and brightness, joy into their life, trying to find joy again in a way, trying to have this bright light. And here you do feel isolated again. Isolated. Oh no. So let's take a look here and find out. Is it more than physical? What is this? Purple is wands. So 6 of wands. Well, It is more than physical because the Six of Wands it is attraction energy, but it's mutual attraction, and it is a spark. It is both physical, but it's also energetic attraction energy. So it is more than just, the wanting to do this, but I feel like a lot of it is I'm trying to be able to feel again, and I don't so I feel like it's like they're showing me someone with those little panels, but they're doing it on themselves going, "Brrk, clear, brrk, let's get this heart going again. Come on." Brrk." But they can feel the energy, they can feel the attraction, they can feel it all flowing, but they're trying to get their heart living again because I feel like they do have their heart in solitary confinement, kind of energy with that. So let's see how is this going on with his I like him. I won't lie. Yeah. And there is this good. It's not like rebound energy, but it's rebuilding energy. They're trying to rebuild and they feel like what's great is that they feel safe. Because they're like it's like you know, you're not just a mermaid on the ocean. You're like a goddess of the ocean, the goddess of emotion, and they feel safe sailing upon the waters. They don't feel like you're going to be like what was it, Pirates of the Caribbean, the the lady that with the long dreadlocks and all that that had the black lips, and that they always went to her for all the magic and stuff because she was one that I think had put the original curse on the ship. But it's like they're like you're not them, you're safe. So I feel safe to be able to try to sail on my emotions on there again. So that's good. It feels like that, but I don't feel like the emotion has been allowed yet. They haven't set sail, but they're preparing to set sail, if that makes sense. All right. Well, let's take a look here. What about the sitch with it was the baby mama, right? Is that what we said? You know who I'm speaking, right? What's her name? It begins with a C, I think. Cleo something, maybe. Okay, what's the situation between him and the mother of his child? Somebody Google it. Your assignment. I should have Alexa down here. My host has it upstairs. She said I can get you one for downstairs. And I'm like, I would be asking her all the time because I forget stuff, right? And so let's just ask Spirit, and they'll bring it through. Cleo something. um. Anyway, maybe that's the name of baby mama. Let's see what's going on with them here. Spread your wings, Two of Wands energy here. Okay. Let's see what this is here. Here's the star card with heal. Okay. We've got the seeking the truth with the Seven of Swords. So there's a lot of betrayal energy that's between them, which I know we like that. We're like, oh, good. So they've got this conflict, mental and communicative conflict between one another because there was betrayal feelings. Calypso, that's it. I knew it was Kaleo. So Calypso, I love it. Thank you, Sean. And now I can release that. I love that. But yeah, so this is that energy. This maybe that's her name. She is Calypso. She's the one that put the curse on his ship. Oh yeah, and the Nine of Swords too. The darkest fears. So there is a lot of vocal and mental conflict between the two of them. And I feel like it's not that they're trying to heal things between them to get back together. Uh, I don't feel like there's active energy. Well, it goes back and forth. We just need to be honest here with the Two of Wands. There are times where it's like we miss the good times, but it doesn't last for long because as soon as they start talking, it turns into a severe storm. And he's like, I'm not going out there in my ship. That's like going out in a hurricane. No, thank you. But it's very rare that it goes onto that side of, you know, but it's when they see their child and when they're like, they think about the few good times, that's why we think about going back with exes. And then all we have to do is usually talk to our ex and we're like, oh, that's why. That's right. That is why I, I do not want to get back together with them. So interesting. But I don't feel like there's uh, that's why I feel like they're like, this is a good, they're looking for that safe port to launch from in their emotions again. But definitely there is that connection energetically and physically that's there between the two of you. Let's see what the trust your vibes fortune cookie brings in for here for you as well. Let's see what we got. Is this it? Maybe not. We'll take a look here. Let's shuffle it up here. All right. What else for Shanji? What else for Shanji? I do feel like it's this one right here. And you've got accept support. Card number 39. Beautiful energies. Let's see what this is about. You can expect significant progress if you align your focus with divine will. Proceed calmly with grace, ease, and humility. Move ahead naturally, gently bending around obstacles and working with others rather than aggressively pushing your agenda forward. I like that. To follow your why. So it's like follow where your heart, why you want to do what you do, not trying to achieve a goal, right? That's what happens when we get into our noggin. We start off with our heart's desire, and then our mind goes, oh, good. Well, this is how you need to do it and supposed to do it and should do it. And that sucks the life out of it, right? Says you have far more support than you are aware of. So there's no need to feel stressed or fearful. Ask qualified people for help. Many beautiful and loving forces are working behind the scenes on your behalf. Relax your defenses and open your heart so these benevolent forces can come in. Ah, I love that. I hear you. I get it. You're human, like all of us. We can get caught up in that, and then the fears take over, and then we start trying to push, and then we try to force and worry about all those fears and stuff that just come flying in. But as soon as we release, it's amazing how as soon as we just go, let me let all that go and let me recalibrate, focus on creator. And you know they bring me back to a point in my life where I would hear the creator just whisper gently, do you trust me? And I'd be like, do I want to ask myself and really answer it. And then once I'm like, I do. It's almost like saying that I trust you changes something. I mean, it almost brings me to joyful tears that I do and I can trust the creator. They never pull the rug out and don't have any, you know, uh, ulterior bad motives, that would make us mistrust them, right? So I like that. We can trust the creator. And I want to read something really quick because this I felt was really, really cool. I found it this morning. I'm like sorting through old stuff on my computer and I'm in this decluttering mode. And I came across these little notes and they're bringing it back to my head here. Because it says there's two subtle words that can slip into our mind: how and when. And every time we ask how it will happen, we shrink the infinite field of possibility down to our limited human logic. I love that. How is this going to happen? I need to know, instead of going, I trust you, creator. You're going to bring it the perfect way and the perfect timing for me. So, instead of going, I need it to be this way, right? I know that resonated with me. And then every time we ask when, we vibrate with waiting, kind of patience energy, right? And therefore, with lack. Isn't that crazy? The quantum field doesn't respond to deadlines or strategies. It responds to your frequency. Isn't that amazing? It's just like especially that strategies thing, because my Aquarian mind and Capricorn rising, big thinking, big planning energy. But I love that they don't respond to deadlines and strategies. It responds to our frequency. So I love that. Whoa! I mean, good thing you can rewind that, and if you want, because I'm like, I think I need to like write that out and just have it in the bottom of my computer, just to remind me. Universe responds to our frequency, not deadlines and strategy. So I love that. That's what they have for you, Shanji. Oh, I know, right? The hows and whens. The energy check-in. Well, it's like, how are things going right now, right? Oh, well, this is just about everything in life, not necessarily around them too. You ain't like no one. Well, it's a good journey, right, Shanji? I mean, when I know you know, it's all these mirrors pointing us back to us. And so there's a couple things that could always come with that too, right? I mean, one is that I'm having a hard time finding someone that I like in the outside world. Could be that we're purposely not finding people that might match our energy, so that we turn inward and raise our love vibration to draw in people that are different. So if I keep drawing in the same type of individuals, then I'm like, oh, that's the other mirror, right? There's something going on inside of me that I can ask about. Is there something I don't like about me? Because what is it that I don't like about all these people? Oops, three fingers pointing back at me. I'm like, oops, busted. But it's good reflective energy, because otherwise, if I don't do anything about it, I'm going to keep doing the same thing and end up with the same results. So it's kind of a good practice to go, what do I love about all these people? Because those are things I recognize that I love in myself, which is always a good practice. But then there's also, looking at uh, what irritates me about other people. Um, there's this, um, where does that exist? Somewhere inside of me. And then when I release that, then my energy stops drawing that, because we'll keep inviting the same teachers and mirrors into our life till we see it. That's how, like, my five main exes, who I felt my experience was being disrespected in a variety of different ways, until I recognized how I was disrespecting myself. And then I didn't need those teachers anymore. I'm like, oh, that's why. So I love that. Yeah, I know. I know. Jojo says that too. We're like, we're going through the alphabet. That's all right. It's like a buffet. You try different things too, and you're like, oh no, I don't want that. Oh no, I don't want that. And maybe it's like, maybe there's something wrong with my taste buds. Let me take a look at my tongue and do my taste, and then we'll see what's going on, right? But hopefully that helps. I think it's more for than just you and me as well. But so that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Lydia. We are up for your first one here. I see your second one. So we'll circle back around for that one here after Deb and Michelle. So we will circle back. Let's give your first one here a love and a like. So, are you Delulu? I love that. Am I Delulu about JLR, or is he feeling about the same too? That we will come together again. How much has he healed or done his shadow work, if any? Now I'm thinking about things again and just wondering if you're delusional. It's good, it's great reflection. We'll take a look here. All right. So we'll dive into the other human characters in your life that you're talking about for your second question. All right, Delulu. Yeah, am I Delulu about this? So let's just ask that overall. Just not if you're delusional, because it's like, is your gut instinct, is what you're picking up, is it accurate to reality? Because of course, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So whatever we're going through, we'll see projected. But is it here, and is he feeling the same as well about that you guys would come together again? Let's see here. I feel like this is here, but this is below the surface. Okay. And then how much has he healed or done his shadow work? if any. We'll see here. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What is... Yeah, card 18 is the moon energy. So there is a lot of... This is the card on the bottom of the deck. So the overall energy for your entire reading. We're right in the middle of huge moon energy too. So you might be feeling emotions like, because this Sunday, we have a full moon. So just a full moon in itself expands our emotions. So you're feeling things hugely. Then it's a Pisces. It's a water moon in Pisces, which underworld, deep emotional stuff bubbling to the top. And it's a lunar eclipse, which just blows, multiplies it crazy like energy. So we're all feeling a lot of emotional energy, but that explains a lot too. That this is bringing up a lot of reflection energy, a lot of forced, not really forced because it's all for us, but it's a lot of intense endings and beginning energy that can come in with all of that too. So let's take a look here. Are you Delulu about this? We've got the Three of Pentacles. We've got this reach out energy. And looks like there's several hands in the, how do they usually say, hands in the pot? Everyone, there's like all these people that I feel like you're going to have a lot of this come in here where exes and stuff are coming back. But I don't feel necessarily here. Well, we'll see how they're feeling as well. But what I'm feeling here is a lot of it's coming up for resolution, for freeing yourself from some old thoughts and beliefs. So I do feel like you will have several coming across your path. And there's like four here. Yeah, four different hands. And obviously they're all different individuals. They're not all the same, unless someone had their hand out a window and one's really tan and the other one's really white. But there's several different, like four stands out here. But this specific one, JLR, what are they doing here? We have the Judgment card here, the Blossom, the Calling. Feels like here they're being drawn. What's below the surface here? Yeah, we've got the Hermit card. So they're more being alone here. They're not so much um, being drawn back. I feel like they're being drawn inward. Let's see, have they done any of their shadow work here? Well, we have the Nine of Swords, nightmares and insomnia. I feel like they're in a dark night of the soul kind of of energy. Look at, and here's all the eclipse energy hitting them too. So I don't feel like they're so much focused outward because we got the nine hermit energy, which they're really in these all these fears, all of these thoughts, all of this stuff that's going on. I really feel like they're focused in on this. Um, I mean, they're in the rough side of being drawn in for their shadow work. Let's see what's below the surface because I don't feel like they've done any with this card. I feel like they're in the thick of it. Of it's like uh, the Scrooge when he's visited by the three ghosts of Ghost of Christmas Past, of Present, and Future. This is like they're in the beginning when they first have the ghost of Christmas's past where they're freaking out. They're in that stage. What's below the surface here? Yeah, we got the Seven of Cups, daydreams and decisions, so a lot of emotional confusion. And then they have the Eight of Wands too, focused in on, there's a lot of flow of energy coming in here too. A lot of messages, a lot of stuff coming at them from all directions with this Eight of Wands. It's a lot of energy that's flowing in here. But I don't feel like they've done a whole lot of shadow work, but I feel like they're in the introductory stages of being haunted by their demons, all their fears coming up. And I don't feel like they're in that energy of getting back together with anyone. I feel like they're really in this kind of run energy. They're running inward. But I also don't feel like you're delusional. I feel like it's all coming up in that moon reflective energy for you to see all that. So we'll take a look. And I feel like we'll pull the fortune cookie for your second one because I feel like we're going to kind of bring it with the interactions with your other people from your past or other possibilities of people in your life coming in as well. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention here. Hey, Olivier, hello. Are you still on his mind? It has been comfortable using. He does seem to be progressing. I know, right? Um, um, well, I mean, it's a matter of timing, right? But I feel like it's this year. Uh, I feel like he thinks of you, but not about, I wonder how you're doing. All this reflection of, because I feel like they've had repetitive cycles over and over and over and over again since then over these 2 years. So it's like I feel like this year has a huge astrological energy of um, of we're all kind of going through a rebirth of humanity in itself. So all the astrological energies is all about. I mean, it kind of started last year. This year is like the intense year. Next year's a little lighter, just so everyone knows, and then 2027, we really have um, some great transformation. But this is the year of the work, and that's why I feel like everything's been intensified, and that's why they're like, "Oh my gosh," they're stubborn and been holding on. But I feel like they're realizing if this keeps happening with everyone, then there must be a common denominator. But I don't want to look at that. But they're being forced. It's like their higher self is forcing them in a hall of mirrors to look at themselves. But I also don't feel like they're going to do a ton of fast work and suddenly transform. And we'll zero back around here. I feel like if you're like, we could get back together, yeah, someday maybe. But you're a butterfly and they're a caterpillar. They haven't even entered the cocoon. You're like, yeah, we could maybe get back together. but I'm not going to carry them. I'm not, if you see a butterfly carrying a caterpillar, but it'll be a long time. But I feel like all of this energy is coming up for you to look at it, which will probably, when we get back around here for the second question, I feel like we will kind of get that what it is that is coming up for you to like dry your wings so you can fly, and then that's going to bring you to like a butterfly garden with where you find another butterfly kind of energy. I feel like there's all this X's are coming across your path, or people of interest coming across your path, but you're like, but they all look like caterpillars, they all look the same energetically, and you're like, yeah, think I'm ready for something different. But we'll circle back around and see what we have when we come back around. So stay tuned. We're going to go to Deb, and then Michelle Smith, and then we're back to you. So we'll be back here in a moment. All right. So Deb, you are 10113 according to my little clock here. There we go. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And a reading for Sunday. Mariah is jumping out of a plane. The whole family will be together that day. Also eclipse energy, I know, right? Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Yeah, full blood corn moon Pisces full moon eclipse, lunar eclipse. Oh my goodness, right? All right, so let's take a look here. So Mariah is jumping out of a plane. So we'll just zero in and see anything we need to know about that. Okay. Okay, and then overall, just for Sunday in general, I feel. And then the whole family being together. Just going to pull some cards for that. Anything you need to know about that. Okay. All right, and then anything that you need to know about this. Oh, okay. just a few. All right. Well, we'll see what we have here. Oh, I love it. Yes, big energy. Well, the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups coming together. So it's all about relationships. Wow, you even have the High Priestess, number 2 on the bottom. So I like this. Listen. I like it. This is good. It's good energy of be aware, and that it is all about relationship, not about being right or convincing anything of anyone. I like that on the bottom. It's a day of listening to others and just listening, really listening, and just paying attention, right? With both your human ears, both your heart and your third eye, and just experience people kind of day. All right. Well, let's look at here the jumping out of the airplane, Mariah. I like it. 3 of Wands. Take the lead. Feel like things change a little bit with it. I don't know why. I feel like there might be some weather that it might be either pushed up or pushed back. So just know that there might be some change of plans suddenly here. Yeah, we got sadness and isolation, the 3 of Swords underneath that, all these threes. And the 3 threes, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, take care of oneself. Yeah, it might be changed. It may not happen this weekend. 3 threes, the major arcana 3, the 3 of Wands, which is all about with new information, a change of plans. And there's that disappointment energy of the 3 of Swords of, oh, really? And it's like, yeah. So there could be some sort of storm energy or something that's coming in. They're like, we can't jump out of a perfectly good airplane, or something comes up, but there's something that changes where I feel like with that, that's what I'm picking up. There might just be a change of time, but there might even be a possibility of it being completely changed to a different day, uh, as well. Overall energy for Sunday for you, you got control. Janet Jackson's Control is now coming into my head. I tell you, it's an 80s. I think it was the 80s. Maybe she was the 90s. Control. Maybe it was the 80s. But it's Leo energy. It's the strength card, finding your inner strength and being brave and being courageous. Um, Energy there. But it's Leo energy. It is a You are gonna have this overall energy of being not you wanting to be seen, but that people are just drawn to you like a Leo energy, where people are wanting to be around you, right? Well, there you go, that's right. You were gonna go, "Well, here's the courage," but I do feel like it gets delayed or something anyway. Alright, and then what was the other thingy? What was this one for? Oh, the whole family getting together, of course. Yeah, we got the magician. I like this that, the magician card is about, of course, I'm the one, whatever my energy focuses on is what I get more of. What everyone chooses, they get more of, and that's okay. I don't have to change anyone else's adventure or their journey. I'm only in charge of my own. And it's like you're saying, yeah, you're the matriarch. It's like if I don't want to go, I don't need to go. Or if I don't want to do this, I don't need this. I don't want to do this. I feel this way about this, and I feel this way about that. And everyone gets to feel their own way, choose, make their own choices. With the magician below the yeah, just use your breath work. Of course, just breathe coming up for you is classic with the Four of Swords. It's peace of mind. Relax, just breathe through everything. And choose your battles with the Seven of Wands. This is that energy of being true to your authentic self, and I'm just going to be me. I don't need to battle. I don't need to be defensive. I don't need to do any of this. I'm just going to breathe through it, and it's all going to be great. I don't have to feel responsible for everyone else's emotions, right? So I like that. And then you had said, anything spirit would like you to know that you don't know for this full blood moon eclipse. I think you got like what, 2 1 2 2 cards. These two cards came out together. Oh, I love it. Focus on embracing and sharing the love. You've got the World card and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups energy is all about groups and your tribe, your community. But the embrace is, I feel like there's this just unconditional love. Just be unconditional love. I feel like you already know that, but whatever energy, of course, you focus on, it's going to be expanded. And so I don't feel like this isn't something that you don't know, but it is something to be aware of. You might even set an hourly alarm for every waking hour on Sunday. Come back to love, come back to love, breathe, come back to love. Because I feel like people are people. That's another song from the 80s. People are people, so why should it be something, angrily or something, right? So why? I don't need to have arguments or, be sparked. I'm going to come back to breathing and loving. There. You also have change your focus with the Five of Cups, lower vibrational love energy to higher vibration. There is this energy of Aquarius energy that you have that you can transmute, people by you focusing on love. You help transmute lower vibrational emotional energies very easily around you. So you're changing the atmosphere of love energy around you. But you, of course, can't choose for other people, but it can make it easier or harder for people to choose their lower vibration or higher vibration. Clarity of belief. Yeah, you've got the Ace of Swords along with the Two of Swords, refusing to see. I do feel like you're having some aha clarity when you I like this. When you shut up and listen to people, you really, because this energy of the eclipse, you're gonna just be like so zeroed in and focused. You have that ability with all this that if you just come into your high priestess temple and just listen, you're gonna be like, oh my god. Dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee. You're just gonna get these little sparks in your higher mind that's connected to the spirit world, and you're going to understand why people are doing things that they're doing, and you will get this understanding. Things that you might have been refusing to see in the past, like a part of mama energy, right? But then you're just like, oh my gosh, and might even be seeing some of like, oh my gosh, that's me and you. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, I see. And I mean, you might even have some flashbacks of they're saying things that you used to say to them as children that was said to you as a child. And you're just like, oh my God, I did become my mother in that, And it's like it's been passed down. Oh, I love it. All right, let's see what else we have here as well. We've got here the Seven of Cups, daydreams and decisions. With the Ace of Cups, I love it. Love abounds. I feel like there's going to be, I mean, there is obviously going to be a ton of emotional energy going around, and we have a ton of emotional energy that everyone else is going to be feeling and sparking and doing all this. But it's realize everyone's on their path to find their self love. And that's why you don't have to solve it for them. They need to go through and do what they need to do. Um, but focus on your self love through all this too. That'll help ground your emotional energy, and it'll help create the atmosphere to help others if they want to choose to center their emotional energy. But sometimes all it's going to be is just giving someone a hug and doing something for someone, or can I get you some more of that, or sincere gratitude about things you love about people. Maybe even have a little special gift, maybe a special crystal you give everyone that represents something you love about them. It's like some sort of thing like that. It's an expression. It doesn't have to be that. It could be a cupcake, their favorite cupcake. You can, frost cupcake a special way for here's your special cupcake even. It doesn't have to be anything big. It just is like, and expressions of love are very important for Sunday. And then you have, the Six of Wands. Believe and succeed. Be aware of your energy. It's a very victorious energy. It's a very flowing energy. It's funny that it's a boat. It's a boat, rowboat, and um, there's a lighthouse. It's like being a lighthouse to help guide people back from their stormy waters, right? But it is about being a light. And I feel like you already know all this. I don't feel anything you don't really know about all that, except for, you know, just awareness around it all. Um, being a beacon of love and light, not worrying about trying to convince anyone of anything, changing anyone's mind, being responsible for their emotions. Your job is to be a lighthouse and just sit there and shine bright, and that will guide everyone back to love. If they choose to. If they want to run into the rocks, they can. You can just send out a tugboat to go rescue them after, but you don't need to do all that, right? Yeah. So I love that. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. Let's get this last card in there. And we've got the Trust Your Vibes Oracle. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, everyone is feeling right. I love it. And the Ace of Swords, too, that you can change your story. Card number 13. So change your story. I get to change my story, but I can't change anyone else's, right? That's that Ace of Swords energy, too. I'm the master of my story, not anyone else's. So it's easy to maintain fixed ideas about who you are based on past experiences, but this fails to recognize your growth and evolution. Seeing yourself solely through the eyes of of the past limits you and blocks your ability to own your personal power and access inner guidance today. Everything you've experienced up till now may be accurate, but it's incomplete. Release your old story and see yourself as you are now. You've grown and continue to mature. Your self perception needs to grow with you. Acknowledge your growth and how you have changed and developed for the better. Craft a new, more exciting, empowering story of you and free yourself of the past. You are not bound by your history. Your potential today is unlimited. Woo, wow. Boom, 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 boom. What does that say? Oh, the little butterflies have a little sign that says new beginnings. So here's the transformation. It's like they're flying above. It's like those planes that have the little stuff behind them, but butterflies have that. I love that for you. I love it. So that is what they have for you, Deb Deb. Thank you again for your donation. I'm excited. Have a great, exciting Sunday. I know. Woo woo. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. And then we have Michelle Smith. Ooh, 11717. So, Michelle, thank you so much for your donation via the Cash app over here. Let me get rid of this other thing over here. Uh-oh. Okay. I love them too. So the email went offline. So hopefully I'm still live over here. I'm like, uh-oh, maybe that was just the email. So hopefully I am, you guys can still see me. Well, Deb, you just uh you just commented, so we should be fine there. Okay. Looks like we're still fine. All right. All right, Michelle. Let me see here. Let's see. Yours came in at 628. So I think you're over here. There you are. Message from your ancestors. I love it. I'm still live. Thank you, Deb. You never know these days. All right. So let's take a look here. What do your ancestors want you to know, Michelle? Message from your ancestors. Okay. We got these two. These two. I'm seeing couplings here. And this brings 3. Well, that must have been there was someone who had a spouse pass and then they had another. Interesting. And then what do I want you to know overall here? Boom, boom, and boom. It's very interesting energy here because as I'm doing these cards, I'm seeing like a family tree, like ancestry.com, because there's 2 and then there's 2 and then there's 2 and then there's 2 and then someone passed. Whoops, I want to flip someone off. Someone passed and then there's another one that came in here. So there's something to do with that there have been couplings that have gone back, or we wouldn't be here today, that relationships and marriages and gatherings of people have been going on for centuries and centuries. and centuries, that relationships aren't new. They've been going on forever. And what a variety. I think they're going to show you a variety here. Because the bottom of the deck, we start off with the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling alone. This is the fear of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, being left alone, right? So they're like, you don't have to worry here. Well, you even have the Hierophant, the number 5 here on the bottom, which is about clarity, and but all this 5 is this the power of change and the implementation of new. Change is coming for you, so do not worry. You also have the base chakra under there, which is all about the root. You have these roots that come in here. Well, you even got the two of cups, sorry, underneath that. So here's the coming together. So through this tribe, through this the root system of your ancestry, they're like, you have someone that is being brought to you and you're not alone. But they want to tell you like little brief stories here about two people. Yeah, here's the 2 4s. So these two people were brought together with the 4 of Pentacles. Sorry for the glare there. These are very glossy. But the Emperor and the 4 of Pentacles. So it's a solid foundation that comes in here. This emperor, someone that was a leader. You might even have ancestry who was a king somewhere back if you go back far enough. But they had someone who brought in the stability, that even someone that was an emperor, that they had this maiden, this the love of their life that was here too. And there's like they were matched for each other, a 4 and a 4. Even though one was the 4 of the major arcana, the 4 of the suit, they still were this beautiful match. So I love that. You also have the solar plexus chakra, and we have the 8 of wands here. And there is this individual that was so this is like a someone who was so focused on career and growth, and they were very self-empowered, that there was an individual, and they're like, this is somewhere in the ancestry, um, could even be one of their brothers, I kind of feel here, because this one was, they were so motivated, and this there's this energy of like, so focused on power, so focused on money, so focused on things. They didn't have time for marriage, and they didn't want to do that. It's funny because it's his brother. He goes, I think he was gay, but I'm just saying, it's okay, that they had someone that didn't want a relationship, and they were moving forward with that too. That's funny. Let's look at this other group here. Yeah. So we have the Tower card with the reaching out, and this energy of the 3 of Pentacles. And there was this destructive kind of energy here too. This one, they had someone who was widowed, and they didn't have any children because they had someone that left suddenly. And so they're showing different things. They're showing a match made in heaven. They're showing someone who was so focused on their um, career in a way that they didn't end up with anyone. They had someone who was widowed, that they were focused on rebuilding. Um, they never remarried after the loss, and I don't feel like they had any children. They were just focused on helping rebuild. Um, I feel like family. It's like they didn't marry again. They just focused on the tribe, the family tribe, the group, the village that they were in. They were just like, oh well, I lost I lost them. I wonder if they killed their spouse. because I felt it was like a female that was like, I didn't want to marry him, and oh, he mysteriously died. Well, I don't know. We're not gonna spread rumors, but this other one, yeah, they did have here where, um, yeah, we've got the mother energy of the chariot card and then the sun card. So they had this beautiful energy, but someone they did pass. Um, and then they remarried, and yeah, the six of wands, so they had believe and succeed. So they did have this, again, a mutual attraction energy, that we can love more than one person in our life, that we're not designed all that. So it's really interesting that they're bringing in this whole family tree, and that there's all these different relationships, and they were all different, and that it's okay, that there's not one way that we have to be in a relationship. And this is going back centuries, right? Interesting energy that they're bringing that in. Let's see the four cards on the bottom. What is the big message that they wanted to bring in here in addition to all this? Let's see. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is strengthening bonds. It's about seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Oh, wow. And like, talk about all the family trees. They're like, there's tons of trees in the orchard of humanity. And they're like, just imagine all the cross pollination between all the family trees, too. People marrying and people marrying and people marrying. Every single spouse came from a different family, but the trees were bound together through these marriages. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, we have the World card, embracing everything here. This is a beautiful, energy of endings of a major cycle, beginning of a new adventure, free of possibilities, free of expectations, and that there's so much here. I feel like there's this energy of possibility with romance, and that it's not, you don't have to, like, you chose in this lifetime not to have a faded relationship, but there's a world of possibilities that comes in here. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah, helpless and hopeless. Eight of Swords. This is this leaving behind the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small and limited. And that is the ending of that cycle of that things don't have to be a certain way, supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, but it's an opportunity of freedom, and that you can end up with a variety of different people depending on the path that you choose. And you have a well-deserved reward. I love it. Nine of Pentacles, independence with spirit, that you can achieve anything. It is like a dream come true energy of the outside world with the nine energy, but it is you can choose to be with yourself if you want. You don't have to be in a relationship either, that you have the power to choose, and that there's no pressure. But there is this, we are taught to define ourselves by relationships in the outside world. It's one of the things that we're taught growing up, as all the ancestors say. Yeah, we're all taught, if you don't have someone, what does that mean about you? And I go, it doesn't mean anything. You get to choose. Um, but that Ace of Pentacles is about seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And you don't need someone. Whether you're with someone or not with someone, it doesn't change your worth. Your worth is always the same. You're priceless. You're eternally and unconditionally loved by all of them. We're like all of us. We're a great host of beings of unconditional love and light. But the Creator and your spiritual posse and multitudes of individuals, in fact, every being of unconditional love and light on the other side knows you, knows this character who you are, because we're all connected on that side. And they love you. You're never alone. You're never, ever alone. And you're always priceless. So I love that for you. See what your fortune cookie brings in here, too. All right. I feel like it's this one, right? Yeah. You got call on your angels. Yeah. Call on us. I love this. Number 47. All these angels with butterfly wings. I love it. Yeah, call on us. We're always here for you. You're never, ever alone. I love that. So it says you have a personal team of guardian angels working directly with you to keep you safe and on track with your soul's lessons and purpose. With their help, you have no need to feel afraid or concerned about your future. Your angels are by your side, above you, behind you, and before you, closely watching over you and keeping you safe. They will connect you with the proper support from people and situations in the physical plane if you ask them. They protect, serve, and support you in every way possible, even if you doubt it, but they need your permission to help you in all the ways they can. Take a deep breath and feel their presence. If you'd like, ask for a sign to assure you they are with you, and they will be happy to give it to you. No need to make life so hard by trying to do it yourself. Relax your fear, calm your anxiety, open your heart, and call upon your angels to help you. They will. That's them. That's your ancestors are part of our multitude of beings that love and support us. So they're like, call on us. I like it. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. What a beautiful message. All righty. So we'll continue moving down here. So up next we have Lydia's second one. And then Anna, we'll circle back around for your third one. And then Culture Envy, hey, into house. Good to see you. Put yours up here as well. So that is where we're at for donations. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, all your love. Thanks for being here too. I'm so grateful. I love being able to hang out with my homies. All right, so let's dive back in here. So Lydia, we got 132.26 for your second one here. Thank you again for your multiple donations. There we go. Let me scroll back up here. We'll give that a love and a like. So you said you're currently in the mood for love. All right, I can imagine this eclipse energy can be riling all that up like within us too. And you just bumped into an ex who you stopped contacting for more than 3 years now. And then there are a few other guys that you're hanging out with as well, but you don't know how they're feeling about you. Will any of these blossom into something real and substantial? All right. And of course, we were talking about that before, about the Delulu and all that. Let's see what Spirit has here for you regarding all this. Let me take a quick sip here. Cheers, everybody, again. All right. So let's take a look here. Was it a total of 4? Because they had the 4 hands, right? But let's take a look here. Are any of these leading you to anything long-term here? Let's see, what else do we got here? I feel like it's not even a hopscotch game. It's just like 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 that are coming in. Oh, you have 4 sets of 2 that are coming in here. So you know how hopscotch, you go 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but this is like 2, 2, 2. It's like little bunny foo-foo hopping down the bunny trail, finding little fairies and him bopping them on the head. I don't know the whole story. That was a song they used to sing at around fires when I was young, which I have no idea what it means. There's a story behind it, though. If you're interested, look up Little Bunny Foo-Foo, and you can look into that. But that's what there's happening. You're hopping down the bunny trail. Um, you do have the high priestess here on the bottom of the deck, which that is an energy of stepping back. She goes into her high priestess temple to see things from a higher perspective. She connects to the spirit world, looks behind the veil, what's really going on, and really a lot of reflection on the emotional areas. She's very connected to the moon energy, which is a big reflective energy, which is we're in all that eclipse season, right? So very much I feel like all this stuff is being brought up for you to really look at. And they're reminding me of when I finished going through my 5 X's over how long was it? So 3 years, and then 1 year, and then 3 years, and then 1 year. And I was single for 3 years and then a year. So it was almost, I think it was around 10 years had all these 5 relationships. And upon the completion of these, I was reading a great book by Deepak Chopra called The Path to Love. So maybe that's little bunny foo-foo hopping down the bunny trail. That's the path to love. It's been around for a long time. You can probably get it at a used bookstore if you don't have it or haven't read it already. But there was something I don't know if it was that book or another book, but it feels like it was around that same period of time that they asked, "What are you looking for in a mate?" And I was like, I felt they all disrespected me in a certain way. 3 of them by going outside the relationship for physical needs or wants, we'll say, right? Uh, One just, and for other reasons, just we won't go into all the details, but because there's all sorts of things of how we can feel disrespected as a human, right? And of course, so that was my big thing, and was saying, well, I want to find someone who respects me. And had I read on, I would have changed my answer before I wrote it down. But you write it down, right? Be honest, be really honest. So pause the stream right now. Answer that question first. What are you looking for in a mate? You probably already know. Oh, you got to find it in yourself, right? Well, I didn't know back then. This was before a lot of self-help books, right? But it was like what you are looking for in someone else, you have to find in yourself first. And that book went flying across the room. Uh, and then I went to pick it up, and I was like, all right, you're right. Because I started to think about, well, how am I disrespecting myself? And then I thought immediately, of course, Spirit gently brought up, I would give up my life and my friends and everything for that person to make them my life, and to try to make myself everything that they needed and wanted so that they would want me and need me and not leave me, which always worked out every single time, 100%.
No means no.
It did not. Had to use my no button. Oh, you guys can't see it down there. I have my little no button. But so I feel like this is part of that realization of what is it that I'm looking for that I'm not getting other people. And once I found my self-respect and I put myself first and going, no, I get to be me, I get to be my authentic me, then I didn't need those teachers anymore. So I feel like you've got 4 here. So maybe there's 4 relationships that are important for you, because those 4 hands in that one card were there. Was it down here? No. But I think it was in another reading. I just saw it a moment ago. But it is those 4 hands that you were sitting on that are coming up to show you what I don't want. These are stepping stones that are helping you learn things so that you can go on to your more higher vibrational relationship that's worthy of what you really want, and it's more in alignment with who you are rather than these other experiences. So let's see what they want you to know here real quick. So you've got, the healing begins, take the lead. Yeah. So one of them, you've got the 3 of Wands, which is with new information, you change and go a different direction. The 6 of Swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective and a movement energy. So I do feel like there is a change of mindset and seeing things differently. This other one, you're like, okay, no, I'm going to let them go. I'm going to move on. So I feel like maybe that's the one we have already talked about. It kind of feels that way with that. It's like, yeah, I am changing my mindset. And with this information about they haven't done this work and I don't feel like they'll do it for a very long time, I'm okay to move forward. I deserve to be with someone like myself, someone who's giving and loving and communicative and is the first to initiate texts and gifts and love languages. I deserve that, and I feel like that's something that you're aware of that is becoming more and more obvious to you. Number two, yeah, we got the power of emotional choice and simply love, the Six of Cups here. This energy, I feel like this is someone that has a child already, but there is this past life connection that you've had with someone. And so I feel like you have this draw with them. This one you could possibly, no, I was going to say you could possibly move forward with this move energy, but they were like, no, 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 move on, not move toward. I'm like, oh, okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. But you have this strong connection with them, this past life connection. But the purpose of this is to choose for you and realize, because this particular one, they do have a child with someone else. And I feel like with this power of choice energy of the chariot, there's more than one hand involved there, and that's always going to be a sore spot for you guys. So whoever that one is that has a child with someone else, it's like, yeah, I need to leave that one alone because they're always going to be choosing between um, making sure things are going well over there. There's always going to be that uh, mistrust of that. I feel like they've done that before where they've dated other people and they ended up back with their baby mama. Uh-oh, I know, right? So you're like, nah, it's okay. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Number three, you've got, yeah, we've got this person who kind of goes back and forth and closer and in and closer and in with the Hermit card, which is about withdrawing and being gone, and the Ace of Wands. When they want something, they're there, and then they drift away again. And so there's like someone who's like a rubber band giving you like, what is it, whiplash when cars go backward and forward and speed up and slow down and speed up. And this person is, I'm here and I'm back and I'm here and I'm back, here and I'm back. All of these are teaching you, you know, how they're reflecting back to how do I abandon myself, right? This one, when they're there and they're gone, how am I here for myself? And when is it that I abandon myself for others? That's what, like, the cheaters in my life were teaching me that I was cheating on my higher self, my self-love. I was trying to find my self-love out here, so I was cheating on myself with them. So they were reflecting back to me the cheatingness of myself is what I learned through mine. But it's so much these, what are these mirrors showing me? Every relationship is a mirror showing us what we want to see about ourselves. So there is this clarity that can come in with that, right? And then number four, you have the Devil card. Yep, and the seven, the choose the battles. This is the Seven of Wands. This is all about this energy of escaping from your cage so that you can shine and be true to your authentic self. And this fourth one, really long held beliefs of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. This one is the one that really sets you free because they're trying to cage you and try to make you be and do, you know, everything is that they have this heart in a cage. And this is a reflection of how they have themselves. They've got these high expectations, a lot of supposed to be, a lot of rules that, and they're always talking about how you're not doing things right. And it's like, wow, that really shows us that our um, expectations suck the life out of relationships. All of this long list of opinion we've been given all our life around what a relationship is supposed to be, who that person's supposed to be, what they're supposed to be in the relationship, how the relationship is supposed to form, what it's supposed to bring to me, how it's supposed to progress. Supposed to, right? Who am I supposed to be in the relationship? All of it focuses on lack, on what something is not being, and that sucks the life out of us because we end up focusing on lack. What do we get more of? Whatever we focus on grows and expands. So when I focus in on my lack, I get more lack, right? So when I focus on what I'm grateful for in someone, in a relationship, and myself, I get more of that, right? So I feel like they're saying here that these four relationships, they don't lead to anything long term, but they do reveal a lot to you. And then um, when you've learned what you've needed to learn from them, then you get to move on to this higher vibration because you're releasing so much of these expectations, these anchors have been holding you down. It allows you to free yourself and you go higher. Then you draw into someone that matches that higher vibration energy. Right. Let's see what your fortune cookie says on the Trust Your Vibes Oracle, which is great. There's an old movie called As Good as It Gets. I'm like, is this as good as it gets? It's like, no, thank God there's more. Yeah. So, what about these four? Yeah, we've got the let go and let God, right? Got card 36. And that is when we start to let go of all these expectations of who and when and how, we end up focusing on gratitude to the creator for all the love I've had in my life. What have I loved and have been grateful for about the love experiences that I had? We probably never will be totally grateful for one person, right? Oh, I'm so grateful for them. It's like, well, I'm grateful for that about them and that about them and that about them and what we had and that about them and how I felt when I was with them with this and that. We're giving the creator all the stuff we love. It's like giving a grandparent a long list of things for Christmas on what they'll give us, right? They'll bring us that. But if I focus on things I hate, I get more of that. We don't want that. Oh, but I was going to say with the let go is eventually I just release it to the creator and I go, creator, I trust you to bring me the perfect person in the perfect way and the perfect timing. Show me what I can do to help that. Because as we raise our love vibration, that speeds things up. When I'm focusing on lower vibration expectations and fears and hate and bitterness and all that good stuff we felt, that slows things down. That's the chains, the anchors that slow things down. So we release those, we get to move things faster. So let go. It says your higher self is inviting you to close the door on this chapter of your life, even if it's difficult or painful, and move on. Accept disappointments and letdowns with grace, knowing the universe has a better plan in store for you than the one you're now holding on to. It's time to let go. Focus on what you've learned instead of what you've lost and look ahead. Wow. Refrain from dwelling on past or seeking answers right now, for you'll not find understanding or resolutions just yet. Deep insight will come in time. Eventually, you'll be thankful that what disappoints you today is not part of your life. Grieve your heartaches, accept your losses, and bring closure to this episode in life. Far more beautiful gifts and uplifting connections lie ahead. Boom. That's exactly what we're saying. I love it. So that is what they have for you, Lydia. So many blessings to you. Thank you again. I love it. I love it. All right. Many blessings to you. Deb, he said you check the weather for Sunday and it's supposed to rain. Oh no. Oh no. It's 72% for Sunday. Rain equals no plane. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for following up. That's amazing. Wow. I love Spirit. I just love Spirit. So you're like, that's why I didn't buy my ticket, because we weren't going to go anyway. Well, thank you for that. So thank you. Is that a donation for accuracy, or did you have another question? Let me know. I've just learned to shut up and listen. That's my gift. It's like, be still. Turn down our fear noise, raise our love vibration. We get to hear. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna give that a love and a like. You're so gracious. Appreciate that. Disappointments. Oh, boo 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 boo. Now you can get her a little paper airplane. Here's your airplane. You can do that next time. The perfect timing. All righty. I love it. Okay, so that was that one. All right. So Anna, we are back around for you. So 15115. Ooh, look at that little groups of 1 and 5s and mirroring going on there. Let's see what this is about here. So we'll give that an life. That would be cruel. Say this would have been the plane with you on it. So we're grateful that it's gone to a different weekend. Too funny. Funny for me, haha. Cruella de Vil, right? All right, so Anna, thank you for your additional donation. So a follow-up, please, on something you mentioned earlier regarding GR, that you have past lives, have a past life reading on GNR. Spill all the tea in China. I had my, I don't need it's funny, these are cards I usually use in my past life readings. It's not all of them though. But they're right here. I know exactly where they're at. Boom, boom. Because we've got the archetype cards, which are the ones that we talk about who each person was. And then the Akashic Tarot, what they want you to learn, or what knowledge can be gleaned from them. So let's take a look. So we'll do one past lifetime. Which lifetime is most important to know? You guys probably didn't hear that, just heard me barking. Our little Frankie, the black lab, probably alerting us to the raccoons. We've got a family of raccoons that comes and eats the cat food that we leave out for my host. She's the Cinderella. She feeds the squirrels, the birds, the cat, and the raccoons vicariously through the cat. But they come in, there's like a family of 5. They're so cute. I know if Frankie, when she eventually passes away, we're probably going to end up with raccoons in the house. I can see it already, which is all right. All right, let's see what we got here, Anna. So we have a thief here. Interesting. And a messiah. Someone who rescued someone here. It's interesting because I got, with the thief energy, I did feel like that was their energy. And the messiah, which that's such your energy, the rescuer of the past, seeing or serving humanity with humility is what it talks about here. And I do feel like they were here. I'm getting this interesting energy of it's like what they're showing me in my head is like Oliver Twist kind of era and timing because they were stealing because they were starving and they it was during this period of time where there wasn't a whole lot and it's a youngish youngish man here. um I know this is interesting too. I know that it's like especially when we have romantic feelings towards someone to find out that you were and this was that you were a female in this lifetime and they were a male in this lifetime, but you were more of a high society, hotty-totty, snooty, not snooty, because you were very much someone who was all about trying to help people, helping fund food banks, doing things. You were well off. You weren't suffering at all in this lifetime that we're talking about. And when you um, saw them get arrested, because they were stealing food, and then the cops took them and threw them in the jail, as they did back then. Um, that you went and you made it right with the shop owner, paid him for the food, had him drop the charges, had them release them in your custody, um, because they were a repetitive offender and they didn't want to have them keep doing that, that you took them in to work in. Of course, you had an orphanage, such an Oliver Twist thing. You helped take them off the streets, and then also had him find out his little group of thieveries that were around him, but brought them in too to teach them skills, give them food and shelter and a place to stay. And you had this, kind of halfway house for boys. You also had a halfway house for girls, but in this particular situation, you rescued them, which is interesting energy. I know it's like ugh, but I feel like there is this awareness of this feeling like you don't want to be their rescuer in this lifetime and they don't want to be rescued in this lifetime. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Um let's see what your fortune cookie, not your fortune cookie, but this one. Oh yeah, see a fated meeting. Wow. Card number 7. So definitely this energy coming around and this tells me I feel like you guys have had other lifetimes together that did have different different I don't want to say avenues, different perspectives, so that you could see different perspectives of relationship. Like in a lifetime, they could have rescued you, and I definitely feel like there's a romantic connection in the past as well with this fated meeting coming in. But let's see here. It says a clock tower stands with its hands pointing to just a few minutes before 12. A man and a woman approach each other, coming to meet at the time that was predetermined by their higher selves, who are shown above them, translucent and shining. So that's what's above there is the higher selves up here. Going, yep, we're going to meet. So it does say this is a fated meeting. So this isn't a possibility meeting in this lifetime. It was a fated, like you guys were going to meet no matter what. With this card, you're coming to a very important relationship in your life. Either it is entirely new or an existing relationship is being lifted to a much higher experience. Karma from past lives may have brought you together, so it's important for both of you to stay alert. Keep your individual and collective growth a priority, right? That individual growth. Isn't that crazy? And act with deference and compassion to yourselves and each other. If you both honor your karmic course, This could be one of the highest relationships you can know. This card can also show a fated meeting with another about a work situation, a creative project, or an important purpose that you hold. Now, if this too is like a karmic, we know that's not what this is. Perhaps it's a past life publisher, a spiritual teacher, a brother, or a sister. Whoever this is, it's a powerful and promising relationship. So get ready. It's almost time. Let's see. If I like reading the reversals in case they resonate as well. It says there's a person in your life with whom you have made plans to work on your karma together to do undo past life patterns and create great reciprocity, love, and support. Um, yeah, unfortunately, this card reversed would show that one or both of you have fallen into old habits or some sort of denial. You must see the relationship for exactly what it is and do not let the undercurrent of past life feelings drive you. You've come together for a purpose, but one of you hasn't truly woken up with an eye to the future and a commitment to grow. Your relationship with your higher self is the foundation of every relationship in your life. So see the truth of this situation. Your inner voice tells you that progress and even happiness with this person um, elude you. It may be time to look beyond this relationship. There are many other new and past life partners who can find a place on your karmic dance card. So it says, take a deep breath and fill yourself with the expectation of someone special coming. Feel the excitement of this important approach. It's someone to know, to hold, to help you. This person is almost here. Ooh, interesting energies with all of that. And let's just see here. Anything else they want you to know about this past life into this lifetime? Okay, I just feel like two. Yeah, I like it. We do have the Eight of Swords. Helpless and hopeless. Is that the two of you? He feels helpless, you feel hopeless. So, sorry, falling off my chair here. So the Eight of Swords is about, becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us anymore, those that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And so it's about letting go and becoming aware of that and the flow of it. So that is an underlying energy, both of you learning from each other and mirroring. So it's faded for both of you. You have, the Six of Pentacles, which is that energy of being aware of the codependency, right? The overgiving energy. So there is that. I feel like we got that in that previous reading. So that is that awareness. I don't want to be someone that's given, given, given to and taken care of. I want to be able to equally give and receive, which is what you learned in this lifetime because they were so grateful, but they wanted to be able to help and give back. But I feel like in that lifetime, because we had a Messiah complex, right? We wanted to help everyone else, but we didn't want to receive back. No, 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 no. You guys, I have plenty. You don't need to give anything back. You guys just give it to other people. I'm good. It's like, wow, that's the awareness back then. Now it's like they don't want handouts. They don't want to be someone's project. So I like that. And love abounds, Ace of Cups. So there is this energy, it's all about self-love, and every relationship, like we said, points us back to it's a reflection of whatever love I have for myself is reflected in the relationships that I'm in. So if it's like if I ever feel like someone's abandoning me and neglecting me, then I can look back and go, how am I neglecting myself? Everything. And it's not saying that that's what's going on inside of you. That's just a general statement of my past relationships going. I feel like I'm not like my last relationship was. I felt they were trying to fit me in between the important things in their life, which is what was like, oh, how am I trying to fit myself in between important things in life? Everything else comes first, then I'll fit myself in between. And it was really, really quite revealing. So I like that. That's funny. Abundance, overgiving of the fruit snacks. Too funny. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Hopefully that resonates for you. But interesting at that particular lifetime. But it makes sense with what's going on right now because both of you, it's about honoring your own individual growth and honoring the growth that each other are going through too. So I like that. Fun. Right. I love it. Welcome back, collector. All right. So culture envy, you are up. Let's grab yours. Ooh, look at this. 20606. Hey. Thanks for your patience in getting to your reading here. We'll give this a love and a like here. Thank you so much for that. So Mal, your controlling and selfish roommate. Whoa. Dun, dun, dun. It's an absolute drain on your energy. All right. Well, what's wonderful about spirit is that they will give us energies. Like if you initiate a verbal discussion, confrontation is you're just asking for a battle, right? You're so funny, Anna. Oh, I love fruit snacks. You could have said, wow, you must love fruit snacks. You don't have to, lie. Anyway, so culture envy, I feel like, it's like we'll ask spirit if you start up a verbal discussion or conversation, we'll call it a conversation. Don't want to initiate a conversation. If you do, this is the energy that comes in. If you don't, this is what the energy is. And then you get to choose because from spirit standpoint, they don't have like a should or supposed to. They just look at life as there's no right or wrong, good or better or worse. It's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. They're like, well, if you do this, this is what you'll get. If you do this, this is what you get. So what kind of energy do you want, right? So yeah. So we'll see here. What energies are around that, and then we can ask some guidance for the situation as well. All right. So let's take a look here. Hey, Kate, welcome. Good to see you too. All right. So culture envy. Let's see what we got going on here. If you initiate a conversation about how you feel you're being treated, right? How would that go? What's the energy around that? Okay, and then underline energies. And then if you do not bring it up, what comes that way? And then what? Oh, what? You're welcome, Anna. Oh, how fun. All right, so what do we have here? What advice do they have? Do they want this too? Do they want these two? Okay. Yeah. So your underlying energy on the bottom of the deck. Oh, that's so funny. Because we've got balance. This is the temperance card, which is all about alchemy. It's patience and balance. What's funny is underneath that we have confront, which 18 is a mirror. This is the moon, and it's about looking in a mirror here. And I know this is probably what we don't want to hear, right? Um, but everyone is a mirror showing us in some way, somehow, things that we want to see about ourselves. And we'll see if that comes in here, if they give us clarity on where that can exist here, right? Yeah. Is this what I was that you told you? Okay. Let's see here. So if you do choose to start a discussion with them, right? You have the Six of Wands, believe and succeed. There is, um, wow, I like that. Six of Wands. It's there is flow of energy. Eight of Wands, you got success and growth. So let's see the underlying energy here. Yeah, you've got the um, Judgment card, which is seeing it from a higher perspective to control the fire, to control the flame. So I feel like they're saying if you approach it in a balanced way, and we can talk about here, this advice could tell you how you could approach it. Because, of course, if you go at it going, you're doing this and you're making me feel this way and you're doing that, that's like poking the bear. No one likes that. When we confront someone, then they're just going to get defensive and we're not going to have communication, right? Um, there's, there's, when walls are up, all you hear is mumbling in between the giant walls that are up. There's no clear communication that can happen, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. So, um, so let's look at the other energy here before we go into an advice. So if you don't bring up the conversation here, we got the Seven of Pentacles. It's the patience. It's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. Things are not going to change. It's just going to stay the same for a long time. Things can eventually change, but it's going to take a long time for it to. Yeah, we have the World card. It'll be the ending of a cycle, beginning of a new adventure. I don't feel like it would change before you would move out. We've got the Six of um, Cups here. Let's see what else is in here. And we've got the root chakra. Yeah, there's a lot of fear rooted here. This goes back to their childhood here and possibly to yours too. We've got a lot of past life energy, but this feels more like this lifetime inner children. Because what happens, of course, when her inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it tries to control everything in the outside world. And we end up acting like a 2-year-old with its pet hissing cat, right? We, whenever our inner child goes into that survival mode, our intelligent, loving, compassionate side, right, gets booted out. So there is this energy of, you know, like a little 2-year-old who, I get all the toys. I want it my way. It's my game. If you don't want to play my way, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. It's that kind of energy that comes out when someone's in fear. Now, when someone's acting that way, if our inner child gets ignited and feels unsafe and out of control, then we both go into that, right? Then we start acting like a 2-year-old as well, getting defensive. If we feel we're defensive and and then we become two hissing cats and then a battle starts, right? But until we understand where their fears are coming from and where our fears are coming from, then we're going to have this, energy that comes in, psh, 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 that happens. So let's see what advice they have here, possibly on how you can talk about it or anything that you can do on your side. These four cards came out together. We've got the Two of Swords, which is the battle between the head and the heart, the refusing to see. Let's see what else we have here in the middle. The two cards were the Hermit, and we've got the Three of Cups. Seek to share love. I know that's a hard thing to think about here. And then, yeah, sadness and isolation, Three of Swords. See the expectations and the disappointment here. So one side of this, there's still more cards here, but something to consider that helps is realizing their actions are not about me. Their actions are a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So any anger or any darts that are shot are all about how they feel about themselves. So if they're like, you're an idiot, you can't do this, you can't do that, then that's really how she feels about herself, right? And um and of course anything that we're seeing in them is an opportunity us to go, where is this not happening within me as well? Yeah. Well, it's interesting you had a roommate like this before, so there is, it's always happening for us, so there's something maybe something that you're refusing to see as well, right? So it can be, yeah, I'm not like her at all. S Well, I mean, and the thing is that if we're like, I don't act exactly like that, but it's about what am I seeing about my own self? And this can be even this can go back to your childhood. Why do why do I draw people like this into my life? What is this ripple? What is the gift in this for me, right? This is coming up because there's someone possibly in your past, like 7 years old and younger, that they are reflecting back, right? And so um in mirroring, it doesn't mean that they're acting how you are acting. It's like they are mirroring something back that you are wanting to see in your life to set yourself free from something. And it can be like who is it that always made me apologize when I was younger? Who was the overbearing bully in my life that made me apologize and I could never do anything right for them? And my inner child is going, I never got to resolve that. I've been feeling this and holding this all this time. Can you help me release this? Because they will bring us, it's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. So as we were a child, right? So it's like our inner child didn't get to release that. And so what happens is if our inner child, if they've been trying to get our attention and we're like, I don't, let's just keep that down there. I'm ready to move on with my life. But if the inner child is like, there's this impact on me, they'll bring things in the, peripherals. We'll see it in other people's lives. We'll dream about it. And then we'll experience it in real life right here, right? Because they're trying to get our attention and these are ripples. So this person, that other roommate you had, other adults that act that way, had been all these messages from your inner child to set you free, because it is running on autopilot below the surface of unworthiness, or I deserve to be treated this way, um, or I felt unprotected. Like adults, when I told adults they should have done something about it, or I was afraid to tell adults, which is also something that's there too, right? Um, Yeah. But if we have a belief, and I get it, collector, you might not be in a place, because I was bullied when I was young, and there's something that Mel Robbins said, because it had to do with, she was talking to this, I forget what his name is. He was a really cool doctor of psychology, and he was like, "Are you willing to talk about what happened to you as a child?" And she was like, "Yeah, I want to release this." And he said, um, of course, she said that when she was younger, um, a relative, like a cousin or someone, they all went to sleep, and when she woke up, he was on top of her, like molesting her. And um, and and he asked, "Who did you tell?" And she goes, "No one." And he goes, "The wound happened before that, because that you felt you couldn't tell someone and that you couldn't be protected happened before that. So whatever relationship had grown up with the people who were supposed to protect us as a child, we didn't feel comfortable telling them. The wound happened way before." So it's really interesting that there's so much in there that can be released, and that we can have this freedom where we can reparent our inner child, and get to this place of beautiful deservedness, and these things that happen in our life do come up to set us free. So it's amazing that it's like, because it's like dealing with this person, this messenger, isn't going to stop because I'll just if I don't deal with the person who send them, like, we don't kill the messenger. They're just a messenger. We're like, "Thank you for," like all my exes, I'm like, "Thank you for being the messenger for what I wanted to hear till I heard it." I'm like, I understand now why, they were doing all the things they did to show me what I wanted to see about what was going on deep inside of me. And but the messenger is our inner child. But don't kill your inner child either. It's like they're just going, "I've been hurt. I've been holding on to this hot potato charged emotion for decades. Can we release this?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I was sent your messages to voicemail, but I hear you now, and let's release this." And in releasing that, then the teachers that we need, the messengers that we've been getting to show us that, get also removed as well. Interesting. Let's see what these other cards are here too. Yeah. Helpless and hopeless. We have this, the Eight of Swords. So here, this is letting go of our long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been making us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and bullied, and, you know, on the receiving end of this, um, these energies that we got from other adults and other roommates and other people too. So it is this, they're already impacting us. They have been for since they happened way back in the day, but we pushed them down because we didn't know what to do with them all. But now we can, right? Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the Magician. You do hold all the power within you to transform the situation, and you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fate. So you have this ending and beginning energy with the tens and the ones, that there can be this amazing transformation that can come in through this, and that it's, they're saying that we can do all this stuff and approach them and all that, but the biggest thing is that it's all happening, like our stories, our emotions, our energy, our actions are all happening inside of us, and our physical actions go out. That this isn't about what's going on in the outside world. This is the projection that's happening from the inside out. And if we don't, it's just going to follow us no matter wherever we go, there we are, right? It'll just, if we, because I feel like, trying to talk to her, you can try to do whatever you can, um, you're just going to get defensiveness, because there's black or white world that they live in. You'd have to approach it in such a way that it's a discussion about how you're, you know, what's going on inside of you, not blaming them, going, when you do this, you make me feel this way. But, you're like, can I talk to you? I just want to talk about, I just have these fears from when I was younger, when I was bullied and this and I'm reacting to your actions. And I just wonder if we can just talk about that. And if you make it about what you're going through, not blaming them for what, you're doing this and you're making this, and this is who you should be and how you should act and shouldn't act. No one wants that, right? It's more of a awareness, but I feel like we would want to do some inner work first. And then when you feel you're in this place and you have your inner child, behind you and you're protecting your inner child where they will never be bullied, then you'll be able to stand up for yourself from a place of love, not a place of reaction. Because if you're reacting and they're reacting, you get a nuclear reaction, right? Because if we don't approach it from a place of love, it's going to be from a place of defensiveness. And when two people get defensive, then that's when you have a battle and a war, and it doesn't lead you to the outcome that you're wanting, right? You would, but it's not about vulnerable. I mean, that's like when we share about someone, and this is what I went through, what I'm working through, and what I'm transforming. Then if they're like, wow, you're not holding a knife at me and threatening me, you're showing vulnerability so they don't have to be on the defensive, right? Because they're feels like they are heavy walls, heavy defensiveness. They're in like perpetual fear all the time. You're not going to be able to really have communication with them until they lower their walls. It's reminding me of like when I worked in corporate life. I coached and managed an escalated call line for a few years. And I know I learned so much through the process, but who would want to work on an escalated call line? Only crazy people. And that was me. Um, but I learned a lot because you learned in listening to phone calls. Like, why did it escalate? Why did it get up to me? Because it came in through a regular representative and then it escalated to one of my representatives. And then it eventually escalated to one of my coaches. And then even from one of my coaches, it escalated to me as a manager. Went through all these people. Yeah, the ER. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it, right? But I realized is that until someone was validated, they didn't feel heard, you know? And it's not like the people wanted an apology, like, "I'm sorry that you felt that way." It was more like, "I hear you. I mean, this is your livelihood. I would be very concerned about, you not getting that, form in on time, and this is your business, and if you don't have this, people are depending on you. I get it." They're like, "Finally, someone who understands." It's like when you validate people where people are coming from, then they're like, all right, you understand, instead of excuses or explanations. And that's what we would try to explain, well, the reason why you got that cancel notice, they didn't care about why, blah blah blah. At least in the beginning, they just wanted to hear, "I'm so sorry that you got that cancel notice and today, and that no one wants to get that when they in the mail, right? We have enough problems in the world. We don't need another one." They're like, "Oh my God, you're exactly right. Thank you." Then when the walls came down, because they came in, rah, and if I rah, there's no communication because there's just defensive walls. But if I stayed calm and really listened and really validated sincerely, not just blown smoke up their bohiney, but really then their wall came down. They were able to communicate. And so many times after people got to me and were yelling, because I stayed calm and then validated it, they ended up apologizing usually at the end of thing. I'm so sorry that I was so rude to you. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm like, shoot, a lot going on. So yeah, no worries at all. You know, um, plus it helped that I had this voice of calmness that I have, that I put people to sleep, right? So interesting, right? Yeah, yeah. But you don't you really don't have to apologize, you know. It just we learned when we were younger that it's better if I do, right? Yeah. So it's becoming more and more aware again of the mirror inside of us. What am I learning about myself through this? And it's even me expecting them to apologize is the same thing that they're doing, right? It's like they don't need to apologize. They are acting in a way that's mirroring things that I wanna see. It's if I didn't have if I hadn't been bullied when I was younger, when I see people bullying, it wouldn't bother me. But because I was bullied, it really bothers me. And my inner child goes, "Look what they're doing to that person." I'm like, "Rah," you know? Yeah. So, but your fortune cookie here is work with your healers. So, well, here we go. So let's see what this says here. Card 49 says you may be challenged with physical or emotional pain right now, but have no fear. You have a team of divine healer guides committed to helping you get through this challenge and return to wellness and peace. Hallelujah. Ask them to help you eliminate dissonance and disease in your body, mind, and spirit, known or unknown. If you suffer specific health problems, ask your healers to work on that part of your body or mind. If you're concerned about the health of others, request your healer guides to join with theirs to restore them to good health. Trust your healers and follow their lead. They often direct you to human healers who can assist you in your quest for wholeness. Be prepared to receive guidance through intuitive flashes and sudden downloads on taking care of yourself and connecting with support in the outer world. You'll know you're on the right track by the ease and grace with which things flow easily to you and the sense of encouragement and relief that comes with it. So I do feel like that's a confirmation that there's some stuff within, and because everything on the outside world, does happen for us. And so, when these things, yeah, everything that's coming in, it's realizing my reactions are my own, everything in the outside world just happens, right? Her actions and anything anyone is doing in the world just is. I love it's Bashar, Daryl Inca. Inca, I think is his last name. He channels an entity called Bashar, and I watched it last week. I think. I think I might have mentioned this before, but they talk about life has no meaning. Um, Meaning, we're designed to put meaning to our lives. So, which is makes total sense because I'm always talking about our power of choice. Life just is till it gets in this noodle, then we apply a story to what that means. We choose the emotional soundtrack of what we're going to feel regards to this story that we're applying to the outside world. Whatever energy I focus on, I draw toward more of that toward me. And then, of course, my physical actions also put energy that's out there, right? So there's this. Um, if I focus on how bad she is, I get more of her badness. So something I can do is focus on what am I grateful for from them. And that might be hard in the beginning, even if it's just one thing, Um, but it's like, what's one thing I'm grateful for? Does she pay her part of the rent? I'm grateful that she pays some or all of her rent. Even if it's just that, I'm grateful for something in her that can help us change our energy. But the more energy I'm focusing on about what I dislike about someone, I get more of that, right? I mean, even if it's like I'm just not going to focus my energy on that, I'm going to focus my energy on things that I love in my life, what I'm grateful for instead of what is not going well. That also is within our power. But I get to change the story that her actions are not about me. Her actions are about her. It's a cry for help. Every moment is either an expression of love or a cry out for it. And when you realize that little girl inside of her must have gone through some really big shite, growing up to be this way, to feel the need to control, to like, I don't want to share anything because I'm afraid. That's what little children who are afraid of do. They hoard all the toys, they hoard everything, they act out and you know hit other kids over the head with their Tonka truck because they tried to take my toy away. I had to defend myself. But it's that when you realize that all that stuff is not about me, then we stop getting defensive, because our energy, even if like, well, I did this and I did this in the inside, that's not how you were feeling. You weren't doing it out of love. You were doing all the actions, but from a place of, if I could just knock you out, right? Um, so there's a change of energy that happens within us, and then that changes our outside world too. But some things to look at, do the things to look in here and see what unfolds there. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I know it's not an easy thing to go through. My heart goes out to you. I know. uh, I'm so blessed and so grateful for my host. So easy to get along with, right? You're like, where do you live, brudda-zen? No, you're not gonna like take me out so you can have my host. No. They're all mine. See, that's my little inner child. No. Oh, you're very welcome. Feel like this helps more than just you and me as well, but I'm so grateful. Thank you for your donation and for your time as well. I know it's not an easy thing for sure. All right, and I do think that is all of the donations. So let me see here how many free readings we got here. Let me just grab those. Let's see, we did that. Let's see. So we've got Ateshi Singh, we've got Brenda Globy, we've got Swaroop. Hey, Touch of Love. Good to see you. Probably if you're still here, hello. So we did those. Let me just scroll down here. All right, collector. Let's grab yours here. And we did that one. We did that one. Okay, we did those. Just scroll down here. Try to make sure I don't skip over anyone. Oop, make sure no one asked for a free reading after there. I think someone did ask for one. Okay, we did those. So sorry, everybody. Appreciate your patience and me just scrolling down here. I just want to make sure. Oh, there it was. No. Sean G, here is your free question. Boom, boom. I knew someone that had donated asked for a free one. Sometimes they all run together in brudda-zen's head. All right, so let's see here. We answered that. We answered that. Whoops. Come on, mouse. Okay. Hey, CJ, if you're still here. All right. Olivier Vagara, I see yours here. And CC. See yours there. Make some more space here. Okay, we did those. Sorry, we're almost to the end here. We did that one. We did that one. Okay. Just make sure here. I really love everyone's conversations. It takes me time to make sure I'm not skipping anyone as I'm looking at those. So thank you guys again for your patience. Hey, Debbie. Hi, and good night. Sleep well. All right. So I think, let me just have you here. Let me take a quick sip here and we'll dive into the free readings. These, of course, go a little faster because they're just 1 to 2 cards. Nope. Dive is quite deep into the tea. Sorry, I've got a storm coming in. Let me just blow my little nose here. Excuse me. Okay. There we go. I won't sniffle through the whole thing here. All right. So Ateshi Singh. Oh, look at that. 241.41. How perfect is that? Let's put that down here. You want to know what are HL and SSP's energy towards you. All right. So HL. Let's see what theirs is here. That's theirs. And SSP, what is going on with their energy? All right, so HL, well, we got the Hierophant energy here, which is like the teacher energy. It's a little bit of interesting energy from them because there is like this, I can teach you things, I can help you learn. It's not like arrogance, but there is this confidence, like they think like they are up here and that they can teach you things. It's like they're your senior. I can teach you things. I can help you change to be someone, kind of energy. It's big energy, the number 5. It's maybe in the major arcana, number 5 is a number of change. But it is this air about them of feeling like they are more mature in an area of their life and that they are in this place, this higher place, in this important place in their life, whatever it is. So there's a little bit of but it doesn't feel arrogant. It just feels like fact. Like I've been let's say if it was about relationships, I've been in relationships, I've been through heartbreak. I know, I've had the intimacy, I've had this and that and everything else. I understand this better than you do because I don't feel like you've gone through it as much as I have. So I'm coming from a more experienced place than you are in this. And I have knowledge because of it. So hopefully that makes sense. But I feel like that's where their current energies are towards you. With that, SSP, wow, another major arcana. There is this Wheel of Fortune, this fate, this flow energy here. It isn't a number of the 10 of endings and beginnings. And I just feel like there is this energy here that's like, we're not meant to like be like in each other's lives almost feels like they're like it's the fate's will is going in, and it's just a we're not meant to be in each other's life kind of energy, which is not normally what I get with this 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, but it is coming in here because it's like I almost feel like this is like a life preserver in the background. They're like, nope, they've turned their back on the life preserver. They're like, there's no saving this situation. I just feel like I need to move forward. There's something more fated for me in the future. And I feel like there is that ending kind of energy. Yeah, it just feels like both of these energies, in a way, feels a bit like you deserve more, but I feel like you put up with a lot of people who look out for themselves so much more and that more use you and um like when it's convenient for them they'll interact with you, but when it's not they don't, and you're just like you deserve to be with someone like you is what I just feel so strongly. So that's what's coming in for me right now for you, Ateshi. So get rid of that. Make room for people who deserve you. That's your big brother Zen stepping in. Don't make me come over there. I will come over there. Just kidding. But that's what they have for you. Much love to you, Ateshi. All right. And then Brenda Globy, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. And Sudeshna, I have a handful of free readings that they've been waiting for a long time, so I'm going to finish those up, and then I will complete yours as well. But I wanted to, since I started these, I will complete those. But I do see your 2 donations and 1 question so far, but I will get to you just in case. All right. So Brenda, you wanted to know AP and let's see, JJK's future with AS. All right, let's take a look here. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. Well, this is the first one up. So AP's future looks a bit distant here with the High Priestess, which steps away, goes into the High Priestess temple to see things from a higher perspective, look behind the veil, dive deep into their own emotions, and when they're ready, then they come down. So it feels like AP is going to step away for a little bit for some alone time. JJK, yeah, the devil card energy too. A little bit of conflicting energy that comes in. Saturn Capricorn energy just really rattles the cage, allows us to see what long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets don't serve us anymore. So they act as, I feel like JJK's future right now shaky, but it's like a more of a stepping stone, someone that rattles the cage to allows them to see what they want to see about themselves. So I do feel like AP kind of goes off on their own. They might return later after some deep revelation and whatever. I don't really see that yet. I just see them going away to reflect and to see things from a different perspective. I feel like with JJK that there will be an ending, because what happens after the devil card is the Tower, when something that no longer serves is removed out of their lives. So I don't feel a strong future for either one of them here. I do feel, like I said, AP feels like they step away. JJK, there's conflict that happens for both to see what they want to see in themselves, but I do feel there's a departure after that because they showed me the Tower card that follows right after the devil card. So, disagreements about long-held beliefs of expectations that don't work out with them. That's JJK. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. And then Swaroop Bobby, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So what's coming towards you for the coming week? All right, let's see what Spirit has here for you. Okay, get this one and this one. You got the Wheel of Fortune and Success and Growth with the Eight of Wands. So it does feel here that the wheels of fate are turning, bringing in here this something fast with this Eight of Wands. It's very fast, a lot of energy coming in here. But you got this success and growth and the Wheel of Fortune, which are very positive energies. I do feel like something that maybe had been stagnant before, where you feel like it's something was being held back. I feel like this a feeling of abundance or fullness comes in next week. It's just you start to see it, at least the Eight of Pentacles energy kind of combines. It's like these two combined together really brings that in here. So there's this interesting energy that comes in with that. But I feel like it's a very it's like the fruit, the harvest is arriving for you next week. Whatever this thing that's been held back, you're starting to see movement and starting to see fruit appear. So harvest is beginning. And I feel like that's a big energy they have for you for this coming week. So that's what they have for you. Some many blessings to you, Swaroop. All right, Collector, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here while you're here. Hello, hello. I see your little meditative stance there. So, it's a special day. Well, is it a birthday? Is it your birthday? Happy birthday if it is. Any messages? Let's see what Spirit has here for you. I know every day is a special day, right? I celebrate my birthday every day of the year. All right. What do we have here for you? Wow, 2 sixes. You've got love and simply love. So there's this important energy. I mean, you've got past life connection energy with the simple love here. Sorry for the glare. These are very glossy. But the simply love is the Six of Cups, is the energy of past life connections. But you've got of course, the love verse card. So 2 sixes tell me that you're in this flowing path. You're on the right path heading towards meeting a very important person. If you're in a relationship now, then this doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. But if you're not in a relationship now, this definitely could be. But it's when you get 2 sixes, hello, there is this flowing energy. It is like you're perfectly aligned. You're in the center of the road, headed toward bumping into this individual. And this is someone who you'll recognize from past life energy. You're going to get this, as I always joke, they're going to be glowing in the dark and a rainbow shooting out of their butt. It's going to be so obvious, you're not going to have to wonder, I wonder if that's them. You're like, oh no, there's the rainbow. That's them. Because you're going to have this draw, this naturalness, this feeling of coming together with them that just, you're just like so comfortable, so familiar with it. Like you'd feel like you guys know each other, but you're like, you find out, discover that you haven't in this lifetime, but you got a long connection of past life emotional energies that are connecting you guys there. Yeah, and I like the go with the flow of all this, that they'll come in the perfect timing. Of course, whenever we're waiting for love or anything in our lives, in the waiting room, we don't just sit there waiting, right? We can be working on raising our love vibration as much as we can, letting go of old mindsets that don't serve us anymore, emotions that don't serve us anymore, energy that doesn't serve us anymore, and even things in the physical world that don't serve us anymore. So, you know, we've got that, kind of messages that are coming in there. Yeah, nothing with this reading. I feel like that's the big message they want you to know, is that it's coming forward, it's coming for you. So, that's what they got for your reading there. Of course, I'm still taking donations. If you want to dive deeper into anything, you can, as well. But I feel like that's what they have for you for that one. So many blessings to you, collector. Thanks for being here and sharing your wonderful energies and insights. Appreciate that. All right. And Sean G, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. This is for your free reading. Thank you for your donation earlier. Let go. You're funny. So, Sean, is it in your highest interest to have P over tomorrow? Will he buy a painting? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow if you want to try for a free reading then too. If you want to ask a specific question about any messages from the other side or anything like that, you can ask a more specific question for sure. All right, let's see here, Sean G. Is it, if you invite them over, the possibilities right now, based on current energies, would they buy something? Well, could be. It's your energies. We had that manifest energy. You have the coming together with the Two of Cups there. So there is, partnership energy of coming together. I mean, really coming together. uh, and the manifest energy, it's if I focus on want and need, like I need them to buy something, I want them to buy something, that's lack energy, right? So that pushes that away, right? And with this or can focus on gratitude for what I do have, and grateful for who this person is. It doesn't have to be, um, you know, but I just feel like because you have this manifesting energy, it's if I focus on need and want, that's lack. If I focus on gratitude for what is, so I don't invite them over just because I need them to buy something. I would invite them over because I'm grateful for who they are, and I just want to um, express that. So that's what I feel like. The energy is so important because it's either going to go one way or another. You even have like blue energy or red energy, right? So it's either flowing beautiful energy or that. But I feel like it's important to focus on, and even the Two of Cups is emotional choice. So I do feel like if you're inviting them over just to buy something, then don't do it. But if you want to spend time with someone for, um, because of who they are and then that's different energy. Then it could be that they do something, but if I'm doing it just for that, then it's going to push it away, right? So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, Sean. Right? Many blessings. Right, just a couple more here, Sudeshna. I would say click. Oh, her 80th birthday today. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure she'd love to have a message for you. So, um, yeah, definitely see if you can come back tomorrow for another free reading and we can dive into that. But yeah, so that way you can just say, um, just exactly that. I lost my mom before last Christmas. Was her 80th birthday yesterday? Does she have any messages for me? And then we'll zero in on that. So, Olivier Vagata, you are up. Grab this here. So, you want to ask, will you receive any in any time positive news from an outer country job offer? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies. All right. So we got that one. I don't want that one. Don't want that one. Looks like there's going to be a couple that don't pan out because I had two cards. I'm like, that one, no, that one, no, this one. All right. So I feel like there's a few that you kind of whittle through first. You do have the Nine of Wands, rest and reconsider. That makes sense. Does feel like there's a little bit of a block here at first. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, the reach out through community. So I do feel like here it kind of looks like it just kind of builds, and then there's something that's higher here, but there's trust the block, and it's kind of like this release energy of be true to your authentic self. Don't choose something that you're like, well, it's this is a time of choosing you and trusting creator, like giving it to them and saying, I trust that you're going to bring the perfect job in the perfect timing, the perfect way. Again, try to have that gratitude as much to the creator that I know that you are for me, and that you are opening up pathways for me for jobs, and focus on more of the gratitude, because I feel like there's this energy of like, and it's normal for our human to get sucked into feeling the fear of not having enough, the focus of things aren't unfolding, the that there is, like, I feel like there's this block and I can't get beyond it. When we focus on that block, we empower, we plug in the block to us, and we're the one that's powering the force field. And when I change to gratitude, then the force field, and then stuff comes in, right? So I do feel like there's that kind of energy coming in right now, if that helps. But I feel like there will be something later, but it's the more that we can focus our energy upward, then the faster things come, which has to do with our questioning our thoughts and beliefs that don't serve, our emotions that don't serve, right? Our energy, being aware of our physical life, and creating space, both mental space, emotional space, energetic space, even physical space. Like if I want a job in another country, then I'm going to start sorting through I'm going to take action in the physical world of starting to sort and get rid of things, because I'm going to travel light. So my energy of doing that helps things start going too. So interesting. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. Many blessings to you, my friend. All right. And then Cece, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. All right. You want to ask, what do your ancestors want to say to you? Any advice? Let's take a look here. What do your ancestors? They want this one. They don't want that. They want this one here. All right. I like this here. You got two major arcana. Let's try to have so much glare on here. My goodness. They're very glossy, as I've been saying. There's no place. It's all glossy. We got the Hierophant with the Teach card here, and then the Empress with the Nurture card. Both of these, like this nurturing, they're telling you, follow your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart. Let your heart lead you to where it wants to go. If you've been wanting to get into teaching or into schooling of any kind, this teacher-student energy of the Hierophant is powerful. If you want to change your course of where you're going in your learning, and all of that, they're supporting you in that, saying follow your heart. They know they've lived the lives of trying to live up to what everyone else thinks you're supposed to do and should do, and they go on our deathbeds, and we never thought, oh, I should do more of what everyone else wanted me to do. They go, most of us were thinking about, gosh, I wish I would have followed my heart more. And I feel like that's what they're giving you here is, let your heart nurture yourself, and then fill up and overflow out to the world. Because in you living your dream of your heart, allowing your heart to fill up and overflow, you're going to touch more people than trying to do what everyone else wants you to do. That feels like existence. And they want you to live, because they were like, we existed so much. And we're glad we did, because you're alive, because we stayed alive enough to procreate, but they're like, we want you to live your life, and not just exist. So follow your heart. And if that means going to school or learning something new and doing something different, that change energy is in the air for you. And they're saying, do it. You are very well supported in all that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Cece. So many blessings to you. And then Tanya Hikes, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. There we go. And you said if you have time, we appreciate a card. All right. So we'll grab a card here for you, or maybe two. Yeah, that's like more than that. That's like four. Let's shuffle this up. Then Sudeshna will circle back around for year two, and then that should be it for the evening. All right. So let's see here. What do we have for comments? Wow. They keep on having like a bunch of cards come out here. They're like, there's a lot of messages. I feel like they wanted a card. They brought you one card showing up right here, which is the rest and reconsider, the Nine of Wands. There's an energy of hermitude with that nine, nine being the hermit card in the major arcana. The Nine of Wands is this reflection. It is resting your energy. Feels like you've been in, it's almost going to the Ten of Wands, which is an energy of taking an inventory of your energy, where you've been investing it all. And I like this. It's like step back, rest and reconsider. Like it's like they're just sitting back, looking at everything. Where am I investing my energy? Why? Like, remember my why, and why am I investing energy in these things? And it's like a recalibration of, I don't need to invest energy here, here, here. It's like, what is truly urgent and important to me? That gets my attention. Things that are important to me but not urgent, those go on my calendar for later and will get my attention. And the things that are not important to me and not but are urgent, screaming, I'm urgent, but they're not important to you. They go in the third bucket, and you don't need to invest any energy in that at all. They'll take care of themselves, or if it doesn't, it's not important to you, but it's really allowing to super kind of focus your energy on what's truly urgent but truly important to you, not what you're supposed to be important to you, but what truly is, and invest energy in that, because that is what makes you feel alive and living. That'll help you move into this. I feel like there's a stagnant feeling in your life where you just feel like you're burning the candle at nine ends, don't feel like you're progressing anywhere. And that's what happens. Like if I have energy for 10 things and I'm investing energy in all of them, everything moves up one space. I feel like I'm making very little progress. But if I whittle it down to like two things that I'm focusing on, both of those go like 5 spaces, and I feel like progress. I feel like movement. And that will bring a new spark, because you'll feel like there's movement in my life instead of stagnation. So I feel like that's an important thing, which I know everyone demanding our attention can, of course, it's how we're taught. Sacrifice all of yourself for everyone else, but it's an important energy for you to be able to put yourself first now. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Tanya. So many blessings to you. Appreciate you. All right. So Sudeshna, we are up. Thank you so much for your patience in getting to your 2 donations here. I appreciate that. Here's your timestamp. Boom, there we go. So thank you for your first one. We'll give that a love and a like there. So you want first the next 72 hours for you. All right, let's see what we have going on here. So we'll split it off into 3 segments. The next 24, the next 24 after that, and the next 24 after that. That's 72, right? Yeah, you're like, last time we added, yeah, well, kind of, right? 72, 24, 48, 48 and 24. Yeah, that's 72. So let's see here. Your overall energy. Wow, you have the Leo energy and control. So Leo, strength card energy, having the inner strength, having this boldness and this confidence to step forward here. A lot of fire in your belly, energy that's coming in here. And I just feel like there is this, it's almost like frustration energy, but it's like I'm tired of not being able to be me. And I feel like you kind of feel feisty for the next 3 days, which is fiery kind of energy. For the next 24 hours, you got the 8 of Cups, moving on, which is leave behind emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. It's like, I've had enough of, other people that I don't need to connect with, that didn't treat me the way that I wanted to be treated, and I deserve to be treated the way I want to be treated. So it's okay. I can let old emotions go, let old relationships go that don't serve anymore. Those that I'm keeping alive with all the energy I'm putting in. This is an energy. It's like take an inventory of where am I investing all my emotional energy? And if it's not, you know, if it's where you're giving 70, 80, 90% of all the emotional energy in consistently and you're only getting 10, 20, 30% back, if it's not a child, consider backing off to 50% to see if they make up the difference. And if they don't, it drifts away and you can just take it all back. It's not about that you have to end things with people. You can just stop investing energy in people. And if they notice and they step up, great. You can have more of an equal relationship with someone. And it doesn't have to be romantic, it's friends, family, even coworkers, whatever. It's like, I don't want to be the one that's always, always, always over giving. It's like, I deserve to receive too. Um, Relationships, healthy relationships do fluctuate. Some days I can give 80, they give 20. Other days I can give 20 and they give 80. It's beautiful. Yeah, balance, like Collector says. It's beautiful. It scales. It's never like this for very long if it ever happens. It's usually, but if it's always this way where you're the one giving all this and they're very light in what they're giving, you can consider stop giving as much and give that to you, or clear that space, because your heart only has so much emotional energy that it gives out. And if you're emotionally bankrupt, you're not going to be able to draw in love into your life, because your heart goes, we can't afford it, we have no emotion to give. So you really consider bringing back these emotional energy to yourself so that you have that to invest in something that deserves it. Ooh. The next 24 hours after that, yeah, you have the throat chakra. Yeah, I have a feeling here you're going to speak your truth here. This is speaking and acting too. The throat chakra, if you put your arms out, it's all at this same place as your throat. It's funny, when I started this reading, my throat started to act up. I'm going to take a throat lozenger, because this is about speaking your truth and speaking up. Look at that. And you're hiding your truth. You're shrinking yourself. You're not speaking up. And that's what this lion, the number, another 8, you have these 2 8s. It's about flow and allowing it to act upon what your heart wants. Speak your heart, not shrink, right? So I feel like the next 24 hours after that, you really speak up and share what you're wanting, where you're coming from, what you're feeling is an important thing, and act upon your heart as well. And then the last 24 hours, yeah, you've got the high priestess. This is about stepping back, spending some time reflecting on things, listen to spirit, but also listen to what's going on around you. I feel like if you stay silent and you just watch, you're going to like see a lot of things that you normally wouldn't see coming up here as well. But I like that because I feel like it's good to have some alone time to yourself, connect with spirit, look behind the veil, trust your gut and instinct of what you're picking up. And that is, let's see, Friday, Saturday, that is the day of the eclipse, right? um, which the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, you're going to have very strong empathic and psychic abilities that we all are going to be experiencing. Those are going to be picking up a lot of things probably now, but it's climaxing on Sunday. Like, whoa, buzz, you're going to be buzzing with that energy. So that's what they have for that one. So thank you for that. Let's give you your second donation. A love and a like here. So, Sudeshna, today is the birthday of your ex. Well, happy birthday. Should you wish him a happy birthday? Is he expecting any wish from you, or shall you not wish? Good evening to you, Collector. Thanks for being here. Much love to you. Maybe your grandma will, I think, or your mother, grandmother. Your past ones might visit you in your dreams. The veil is very thin tonight, through 2 or 3 days after Sunday too. So you might be getting some visitations, especially since your heart is reaching out to her. All right, Sudeshna. There are no shoulds. We talk about shoulds with spirit all the time, right? Spirit doesn't have a should or shouldn't, good or bad, better or worse. They're like different choices, different experiences, different outcomes. And so we'll see here, if you wish them a happy birthday, what is the energy that comes with that? Okay. And then if you don't, what comes with that? Okay. And then we will ask, based on their current energy, are they expecting any wish from you? Who cares, right? Who cares if they do? They're an ex. You don't have to live up to their expectations. Do they wish you one for your birthday? Because this, you got the Ace of Cups, the heart chakra. This is all about your self-love and focusing on your own heart, which I love for you. Focusing on your beautiful energy. Because we got for that question, we got the giving and receiving card here. The 6 of Pentacles, which is all about equal giving and receiving in balance and reciprocity. Did they wish you a happy birthday after you guys were exes? If not, there's your answer, right? All right. So if you do wish them a happy birthday, yeah, they got the Hermit card. Crickets. Let's see what the energy underneath that is there. Yeah, we got the Moon card, reflection card, confront energy here. It's like this energy is all about, I don't feel like you're going to get a response back from them that what you're seeking, because this is, what are you seeking? Are you seeking not being alone and you feel like this will ignite something with them? Is this because you're wanting to confront things with them, confront emotions with the moon energy that's there? Be aware of why you're doing it. But if you don't do it, yeah, you've got the Fool card. Freedom, possibilities, openness, free of expectations. I like that. Below the surface, got a wonderful 2 of Pentacles, this beautiful balance of the outside world. Yep. And then you have the High Priestess again. These twos that come in here. I like this energy for you. I feel like we generally reach out to people when we're wanting something from them, especially exes, right? If we're doing something just because we care about someone, we love somebody, we just want to, without expectation, say happy birthday to someone. That's different. But when it's an ex and it's someone that we're interested in, or it's really understanding why. What's the why? What's the intention behind it? What's your motivation for it, right? And it's good to be aware of that. But I feel like from Spirit standpoint, they're like, why do you want to do that? I feel like you'll still, with that Hermit card, you wish them a happy birthday, it's not going to change your status of being a hermit without them. So if that's your motivation, why do that? Or it might just open up confronting emotions. But I don't feel like that's a necessary thing to do. What are you afraid of? But I don't feel like they wished you a happy birthday on yours, so that's your answer anyway from before. But let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for you now as well. Yeah. If not, you got trouble ahead. I kind of feel that confrontation card too. If you open up that can of worms, there's a reason why you're an X. Because it says you are entering an energetically unsettled period. This is if you go forward with reaching out to them. It is either happening now or coming soon. So this disrupting energy is not personal or your fault. You are passing through a challenging cycle in the world. Do not be afraid, overreact, or insist on immediate or easy solutions. These difficulties will ease just as turbulence in a river comes and goes as it moves around rocks and on its path. Accept the challenges for what they are and patiently and prudently navigate through them. Take a calm approach and look for opportunities hidden inside the approaching difficulties. Be objective. Notice that in both your readings, the high priestess came who goes away, goes up into a high priestess temple, sees things objectively from a different perspective, consults spirit, looks behind the veil, tries to understand what's going on behind the scenes, dives deep into their own emotions, and allows the hidden to be revealed to them, right? So it says, be objective, understand the challenges as best you can, and be flexible. Your spirit will guide you through these difficulties if you stay present and listen to your vibes. Again, all this energy of the high priestess. If you push your agenda forward and ignore your inner guidance, however, you will get tangled in the turbulent energy. It is best to watch for signs and move forward with a calm, steady focus rather than a forceful reaction. Remember, this too shall pass. Ride the wave to the other side before making any significant changes. This period will not last forever. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So enjoy your eclipse weekend. All right, everybody. I think that is everyone. So thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Saturday and Sunday afternoons from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So I shall return. Until then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love yous too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious all the time, right? It's a playground. Let's go play. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.